All right. Looks like, sorry guys, my glasses were just a little foggy here. Just got to get that cleaned up. What is good, everyone? LJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Like always, gonna be talking about the what I already knew was going to happen. I already figured that that this was gonna happen. I was just kind of waiting for after the weekend to see if it was going to be picked up, you know, and of course it was not picked up. So we're going to talk about the fail of what happened with the Xbox Series and the double standards that clearly are on display here. I did not see Moist Critical. I did not see, I don't know about the orange hair lady. Maybe she might have made something or not. I did not see the people that harp on the prices and the increases make the videos of how evil and how horrible. I gave them the whole weekend, because when it was Switch 1, it was frame 1. When it was Mario Kart World, it was frame 1. When it was what Doug Bowser had to say, they said that it's the next coming of the Xbox One and Don Matrick. And with the Xbox Series jumping second price jump in the last 6 months, and these people are silent. I mean, Moist Critical, to be exact, like that guy. I was waiting for him because he's always the one, the millionaire who's looking out for you, the small guy. He reminds me of like Gabe Newell. It's like the same thing as like Gabe Newell, you know, or of how people treat Steam. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I'm looking out for you guys. I'm looking out for you. I'm just like you guys. While you watch all my videos, I make all this money, but you think that I'm looking out for you when I'm really just looking out for myself. I think that it reminds me of that. It really reminds me of that. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm just pointing it out. You know, there's nothing wrong with pointing it out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pointing it out. It's like the really, really rich person trying to let you think that like you're the little guy. I'm with you. I'm the little guy with you, you know?
To be fair, Xbox is irrelevant. Why would anyone talk about them? Period lol.
I'm glad you said that, sir. Thank you, Zoo. Zoo, you bring me to my next point, and I'm gonna get into the shoutouts. Zoo, I would say that, and you would think that, well, Xbox is irrelevant. Who cares? And I know that you're half joking. But guess what happened when Microsoft raised the price of the Xbox Series and raised the price of their games initially to $80? Who did people blame in videos? They used that opportunity to, Moist Critical in particular, used that opportunity to blame Nintendo. That Xbox is doing this. He used Nintendo, he blamed Nintendo for Xbox making their own decision. So for this irrelevant company, he talked about them then, and he said, well, look at it, it's already started. Look at what they did. Now, let me give you another reason why it's a scam from these people. When Microsoft reversed the decision to do $80 games, which, by the way, was Nintendo's fault, why wasn't it Nintendo's fault that they reversed the decision? Because it was their fault that they did $80 games. But when Microsoft reversed the decision because it was Nintendo's fault, where was the video saying, oh, well, they reversed the decision? I guess Nintendo got them to not do it. Because they don't make their own decisions. They just followed Nintendo's lead when it came to pricing at 80. But when all these companies opted to not price their games at 80, where were the videos explaining that? None were to be found. None of them were found. Nobody made any videos saying, oh, well, I guess I was wrong on the $80 thing, that Nintendo was gonna make all these other companies do it, because that was the whole thing. The whole grift from them was that this was gonna get everyone to do $80 games. When all these companies came out and said, nah, we're not gonna do that, we're not going to do that, we're gonna do the same thing that we've always done, which is make a full price game, then just leave out DLC, then just charge you later or even at launch for that DLC. We're just like Ghost of Yote does the same thing. You can buy it if you want. There's DLC that's left out. You can buy it, you can get it with it. They're just gonna go back to the status quo, which was what they were always doing to get $80 plus out of people. Where were the videos talking about that? There were none. There were zero. So you blame them for increasing the price, and then when they decrease the price, you've got nothing to say. Now with 2 price increases, again, I looked through Moist Critical's channel, he's got nothing to say. And a lot of his people that just go off of what he says and then they do videos, they've got nothing to say. They've got little to say about this. The double standards and the nonsense that I see is insane. When I look at the sales, or when I look at stuff, or when I look at increases, I look at it from across the board. I do not have any biases across the board. I say, here's what I think, this is not good, or this is whatever, and I tell you the reason why. I do not duck, I do not run from any type of issue. These people are professional runners. These people are professional scammers. They scam their audience into thinking one way, and then when it's proven wrong, they do not want to talk about it. They do not want to make videos on it. They want to run away from it. They will ignore it on social media, and that's exactly what these people have been doing. But now the second price increase for the Xbox in a 6-month period. Imagine if Nintendo increased the price of the Switch 1 again. Or they increased the price of the Switch 2 times in a 6-month period. Imagine the meltdowns and videos we would see from these same people. I'm just saying, guys, this is what I see. I call it like I see it. I call a spade a spade. That's all I'm trying to say. There are double standards. If you guys think people say, oh, he's just fanboy and he's just shilling. No, this is the reason why I don't take these people seriously. This is exactly the reason why I don't take these videos seriously. This is exactly the reason why I do not. Because they are double standard, hypocritical content creators that are just using the algorithm to suck revenue out from underneath everybody. That's all these people are doing. Every single last one of them. Every single last one of them. Shout outs to Daniele. I don't know how to say your name. Valinari. Thank you for the $5 dono. I appreciate that. Every single one of these people. It has been proven now at this point. Unless you guys have some links for me. But I did not see a ton of big content creators calling Microsoft evil and doing all those different things. I did not see that. I saw some people complaining on Twitter, but I did not see the same type of vitriol. I did not see the same type of reaction. So, and yes, it has been proven a while ago, Party Man, I agree. But now this is the confirmation. This is like, there is no doubt. There is it was like 99%. It was like grift. It was like, clout farm. It was algorithm, suck the algorithm of negative Nintendo news. But now it's 100%. Now it's 100%. 100%. Shout outs to Zoo. Thank you for the $5 dono. Thank you. Shout outs to Daniel. Thank you for the $5 dono as well. We still have the full combo rewards and effects today. So if we do, our first goal is at 15 combos. If we get that, then we will have a 15-minute extension on tonight's stream. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate Zoo. Remember, if you drop a dono too, make sure you request music. We've been getting support, which I do appreciate, but we haven't been getting the music requests as much as we usually do. So yeah. Hey, shout outs. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the $5 dono. Thank you. Let's get into the shout outs here. Let me go back up and let me go over some comments that you guys have. What's up, Dior? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Party Man? What's up, Justin? Shout outs. Thank you, Zoo, for striking first blood as well. Let's see here. I'm on call for work. Need to enjoy, have a fun shout outs, Party Man. Appreciate you. Just Another Artist is here. What's up, Just Another Artist? Elements Nullify is here. Dior is here. JC Hopkins. What's up, man? Welcome. The Great Wah is here. Ollie Heath is here. What's up, Ollie Heath? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here as well. Kevin is here. What's up, Kevin? Aries. I don't wish Nintendo to get evicted, but there are legitimate ways to pay rent. YouTube grifting is next level. Scuzzy. Yeah, I mean, that's really what's happening here. I mean, if you want me to be honest, about the whole Nintending in his videos. He's doing this because it pays. That's really the reason why. It's not because he truly believes everything that he's saying, because I don't believe that he actually believes everything that he's saying, but he knows that it's a good grift. It's a good money making tool, so he's doing it that way. That's my opinion. Maybe he feels differently. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let's see here. Figure Drawing, what's up, Figure Drawing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? What is good? Yeah, you can't expect someone like Moist Critical to talk about this stuff because he's hating on Nintendo that gets views. I mean, he gets views on a lot of different things, but when it comes to gaming, it's like, oh, well, I'm only gonna be it's only negativity with Nintendo when it comes to gaming. Like, he will not call out, or he will not talk about stuff, and if it does talk about somebody else, it's got to tie back to how it's Nintendo's fault. And like I said, I've looked through, like I said, I'm not a subscriber because I've seen some of the videos, and his videos are boring, but like, I've seen, and literally what it comes down to is a double standard. It's an insane double standard that these people do, that the algorithm is ripe for, once again, because that's just what it's for. I don't know. But let's be real here. If Nintendo raised the price of the Switch 2 again 2 times in 6 months, there would have been a video on his channel talking about how evil and greedy and terrible they are. Really, there would have been, because he made a video when Microsoft raised the price. He directly blamed Nintendo for that. He directly blamed them. And then when they decreased the price, or when they reversed the decision on $80 games, he had nothing to say. Oh, because it invalidates everything that you said in your previous video on Nintendo making them do that. And when EA said that we're not raising prices, and when other people said that they're not raising prices, funny how there was no video talking about it's already happened. That was the title. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's happening, guys. So then what happened? It's been since what, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's been 6 months. Where is the happening? Where's the follow-up on that? Because he said it's happening when Microsoft did that. Where's the rest of it? Oh, there's no video to be made that you were wrong. Of course you did it. Of course you did it. So I just see it as it's a grift down at this point. It's a grift at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's a grift. So yeah. So Nintendo ruined Pokemon Legends ZA paywall, then forced battles to get Mega Evolution Stones, so nothing surprises me. DLC now is also close to half the game. So just making bad choices. Well, Nintendo's had DLC on pretty much all of their major games from day one with Switch 1. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild had DLC, Xenoblade day 1, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and multiple other games that they've done. So I don't know why Pokemon Legends ZA keeps on getting pointed out as if that's some type of big change from what they already did. But I'm almost positive when Breath of the Wild came out, you weren't saying the same thing that you're saying right now, Alec. I'm almost positive you didn't say that. Or when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had DLC. By the way, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC was also half the game, if I'm not correct. I think it's $30 for the DLC if you want it, when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So it's the same thing. So yeah. But I mean, I guess now it's the problem because Pokemon, and I'm not saying that I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that it's been like that for a while now, and it seems like people are really honing in on Pokemon when they literally did it with Breath of the Wild, and I didn't hear anybody say that. And I'm pretty sure you didn't say that you didn't have a problem either, right? I'm almost positive you didn't have a problem with that, Alec. Unless you can correct me wrong. Unless correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you were like, oh my god, it's bad. DLC for Breath of the Wild, this is terrible, this is the worst. I don't think you were saying that. Which was, what, $20 to $30 for the DLC for Breath of the Wild? So it was half the game as well. So yeah. I'm just being, see, that's the thing about consistency, guys. That's the thing about me. I'm very consistent. I'm very consistent. I'm not gonna sit here and agree with, oh yeah, that's the worst thing ever, when I literally supported the same practices and many people didn't have a problem with it when it came to Breath of the Wild or when it came to Xenoblade. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm not upset about DLC. It seems like you were upset about DLC. You said the DLC is also like close to half the game, so they're just making bad choices. That's literally part of what you said. That's literally just what you said. Bad choices. You didn't say bad choice. One of them with the whole paywall online. You said bad choices, and then you listed two separate things. So, I mean, it sounds like you thought it was a bad choice, or you were upset about it. That's what it sounds. That's what it sounds like, you know. And when I bring up the whole Zelda and Xenoblade thing, that gets people backtracking very quickly. That gets people backtracking incredibly fast, and actually, I've done that a couple times when I talk about that. It gets people like, oh well, and it gets them to not even remember what they just said. Because once again, it's a hypocritical take, and that's fine. People are allowed to be hypocritical. If people want to be hypocritical, they can be hypocritical. It's your money, it's your time, it's your whatever. But just don't get upset when people point out the hypocrisy. That's all. That's all. Just don't get upset. But yeah, that's usually what happens when people bring up Pokemon, and I say, well, they did the same thing with Breath of the Wild, and I bet you weren't upset, and I bet you didn't think it was a bad choice either. And most people be like, most people engaged in actually buying it, or they engaged in buying the Xenoblade DLC or whatever, right? So yeah, that's what I've realized at this point. Let's see your places. You missed my chat. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs. I mean, that's what the time frame between DLC putting the stuff in the game charge later. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Vegeta. Play Hotline Miami 2, Maldus in my copy. Yes, I'll play that for you. Thank you so much for flipping the switch with the dono, man. I appreciate that. Hotline Miami 2, Dallas. Okay. I've never heard this track before, so it's going to be a first for me. Here we go. Thank you so much flipping the switch with your dono earlier, man. I appreciate that. I bought the other Pokemon DLCs, but again, I don't like the paywall element, so I was generalizing about bad choices. I mean, I get that. I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Alec. But once again, I don't know what like you're saying the paywall for the, like, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I think maybe like for like the Mega Evolutions, having to play online in order to do that. So, I mean, I guess what you could do is that you can just use the free trial that the NSO has, and you can earn whatever you have, and then you don't have to pay for it. So you can try that. You can try the free trial. So there's also that way. There's ways to get around it in terms of that. Let's see here. Flipping this with another $5 dono. Thank you so much. Flipping the switch coming through today. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 10 total. Now you are extending the Hokage lead, and we have a 15-minute extension as well. Let's see. It says, speaking of Zelda, played Breath of the Wild and with the downloadable update. Holy hell, man, it's so good. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom will actually be good. Will actually be a good game. I'm telling you, bro. What did I try to tell you? That playing at the 60 FPS and playing where it actually looks crisp and clear and the loading times are fast. I'm telling you, it's a significantly better experience than what it was on the Switch 1. Should I get into Trails with the new remake? Yes, if you want to get into Trails, that's the best place to start. Absolutely. A lot of people have a blind spot when others do the same thing Nintendo does. Cognitive dissonance kicks in. Yes, that is true. Hey, what's up, DJ King? Welcome. What's up, Casual Noob? Welcome. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Let's see here. Best place to play Nintendo Switch 2 games? Yeah, sure. That's what I plan to do. More, it'll take repeated tournaments, then win the necessary Mega Evolutions. More, it will take repeated tournaments. I mean, I'm not sure how much it's gonna. I don't think they've detailed how much it's gonna take or how long it's gonna take or anything like that. But I mean, if you look at like NSO is $20 a year. So that averages out to about $1 something per month. So I see what you're saying. I get it. But I don't think, and listen, I'm not trying to act like you're brokies or anything like that, right? I'm not trying to act like that, but I mean, I think NSO for $1 something a month, I don't think that's too bad if you're just trying to get NSO to play it, even if you have it for whatever, right? So yeah. Let's see here. People are sitting and hoping on Sonic Crossworlds DLC and capping on Pokemon. I think that hyping up. Yeah. Sonic Crossworlds DLC and crapping on Pokemon. Yeah, that's crazy. That they're saying, hey, look at this. We're paying $80 plus for this game when you just got mad that Mario Kart World was $80. That's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Do you think I did not get the DK expansion yet? Let's see. OJ, do you think they'll remake more Legend of Heroes games if Trails sells well? I think they're already planning on doing it. I mean, obviously, if the sales are good, that gives them more incentive, but I think they were already going to remake them anyway. I find it interesting that how some people have their own definitions of what DLC should entail. Like Breath of the Wild DLC felt very optional, although there were some great quality of life additions added compared to ZA's DLC. Well, I mean, I don't even know what comes into ZA DLC, so that's the thing. Like, you don't have to buy it. I mean, I don't even know. They didn't even detail what's in it. So, yeah. Count system is also game changer. I may be trusting enough to play things like Xeno 3's DLC now they'll transfer over. Yeah, Xeno 3's DLC is really good. That's actually really good. I would suggest if you don't want, even like, let's just say you don't trust them going forward, right? You can always just watch I would at least say watch a let's play of it, you know, or not a let's play, watch a story like retrospective of it. That's what I would say, at least at the bare minimum, if you don't want to do the DLC. I'll be real with you, OJ. I'm very concerned about gaming industry with all these crazy prices. I'm glad Nintendo has at least tried to work around it. It seems to work well. I mean, the crazy prices with the game industry, I mean, right now, once again, it's twofold. It's inflation and it's tariffs. These two things are really causing it to be there. And it's just basically, it's the form of capitalism that it's the beast that's called capitalism. It's those three elements. So greed, right? So people say greed. Greed, inflation, tariffs. These are the three things that cause the prices to do what they're doing right now. That's at the simplest term. That's what causes the prices to go up. Greed, inflation, and tariffs. Right now, greed, inflation, tariffs. Because we've never had this in the gaming industry. In the history of the gaming industry, we've never had prices go up for consoles while the console is active in the same generation. That's never happened. This is the first time ever in the history of gaming that this has happened. So what does that say? Well, that says a profit issue. That says outside circumstances are causing things to be this way, where they normally wouldn't be this way. People just say just greed. No, greed has always been a part of it. That's a factor. It's capitalism. Duh. Greed is a part of a major billion-dollar corporation. How do you think they got $1 billion in the first place? How do you think they got billions in the first place? Duh, greed. Like, if they weren't greedy, they'd give away all their money to charity, right? So yeah, of course, that's part of it. That's always going to be part of it, because that's just how everything works. But we got to talk about the other factors that are coming in. You know, tariffs, inflation. These two things are big. These are very big things. Shout outs to Khalid with the 50 AED Astral Chain dollars. And he says, I'm more concerned with the stories of Nintendo patenting features that have existed in gaming history since the 1990s. The usual grifters I watch seem distressed. The usual grifters I watch seem distressed by it. The thing about it is that they're just distressed by it because it's Nintendo's doing it. Sony has patents on like auto systems, like manual systems that walk you through games. Microsoft has patents. Hell, Nintendo I think has a patent on a D-pad. People can use D-pads. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's patents on all sorts of stuff. The Nemesis system patented, blah, blah, blah. But they're talking about something like this because, once again, they can sell the fear that all of a sudden they're going to, especially after the Power World lawsuit or during the Power World lawsuit, that Nintendo's going to just sit here and come after every single company for every single game. Heck, Sega has a patent on camera systems, like the camera system that's in Mario 64. Not anything super crazy. Nintendo had to hope and pray that Sega didn't sue them because of that patent for the camera system. Sega didn't sue them, but Sega also has a patent on a pretty basic camera system as well. But none of this stuff is brought up in these grifter videos because they don't actually care. They don't actually care about the patents and what it could be. It's because it's Nintendo and they're pretty litigious when it comes to stuff that they've sued before or cease and desist. That's the reason why, you know. They're very selective with their outrage. They're very selective with it. Like I said, Sony has patents that they've done recently. They didn't care about those. Sony's suing someone that's making a clone game, and a lot of the grift channels didn't care or said that it was deserved. You know, so it's a lot of double standards across the board. You know, when it comes down to it. You know, a lot of double standards across the board. Let's see here. That's where each patents don't simply force people to not use the feature. Yeah, I mean, once again, a patent is a patent. Like, unless it's applied exactly the way that it's applied, most people that are reading off the patent that they're getting outraged about, they don't even understand patent law or anything like that. I'm not saying that I do, but I've watched plenty of people who do. You know what I'm saying? And I've actually looked at the patent myself. And what I got through the patent was not all of a sudden Final Fantasy is going to get sued. Like, that's what people were trying to point at. That's what obviously the grifters, Nintendo grift channels were trying to point at. But that's not what the patent says. So, whatever, right? Just like I said, I saw the patent that Sony did back in 2023 or whatever it was for the auto assist system. That's a very basic thing that any company could do. Sony has a patent on it. Was it a big deal to me? No, because you can make a different type of auto assist system. You can just not copy theirs or whatever. Who cares? Like, or like whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I'm fair across the board. And once again, I did see that patent back when people were, I mean, I did see it from Sony and I didn't say anything. It's like, oh well, who cares? You know? So yeah. Thank you so much to Khalid. I appreciate that, but let's get the proper translation for this. Let's get the proper translation for this so we can get you up on the board or not, yeah? Let's see here, 50. Okay, that's $13.61. Thank you so much for the $13.61. I appreciate that, man. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Big Dono coming in, Jojo coming in. Appreciate that. So that gets us at 28 on the combo board. We officially have the first 15-minute extension, and we do also have a brand new Elite Ninja, or not like more like a brand new Hokage as well with the 1361. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Big love, big love. And also let's get 1361 on here. You guys keep asking your questions. I'll keep answering them to the best of my ability. So I appreciate you, Khalid. Clean sweep here. Anybody does more than 1361, you can beat up my man Khalid on the board, on both boards. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's play this excuse me. Let's play this notification as well, shall we? Overclock boys in the house? I think so.
Overclock Buster!
Appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Juice Man Vaughn? Welcome to the stream, brother. Hey, Juice, you don't gotta talk about it now, but I think I'm gonna kind of scrap that video that I was making and make something different instead. You getting Sonic Crossworlds this week? Maybe. Nick 93 with a $3 dono.
Rams didn't deserve to win that game. 2-5 in the red zone in the first half. 2 blocked field goals are unacceptable. Reps did also help the Eagles. No holding call on Puka. False start on the tush push again lol. And penalty on Puka for flexing? SMH.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting game, to say the least. But I'd say this, if I was the Rams, I'd still feel pretty good about that because they made a lot of mistakes and it was still really came down to the wire overall. So I think the Rams, now with Bosa going out, I think the Rams have a fast track to win the division, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see if the Niners get their weapons back. See what they do. We got to see what the defense does. But yeah, if I'm the Rams, I still feel pretty good. I still feel pretty good about that. But yeah, there might be a little bit of a psychological edge versus the Eagles. But I wouldn't feel too bad about it, though. It's still a good game. Seahawks greater than Rams. I don't think the Seahawks are greater than the Rams. But I definitely think that the Seahawks are very good. I don't think the Seahawks are a bad team. I think the Seahawks are a pretty good team. So yeah, I think the NFC West probably has the strongest division in football this year so far. I think that's for sure because Cardinals played the Niners pretty well and they had some big mistakes to where they probably should have won that game against the Niners. And the Niners somehow beat the Cardinals, who were undefeated. And the Cardinals and the Niners had like literally they were on their backup quarterback and like backup receivers and stuff, like had no JJ, oh gosh, man, there's so many people out for the Niners. I sometimes lose track. Obviously no Brock Purdy, obviously no Ayuk. I mean, they've been without a lot of guys for a bit now. So, yeah, AFC North is always up there. Yep, AFC North for sure. Seahawks blew out the Saints. Yeah, the Seahawks played the Niners pretty tough too, though. So I mean, and the Niners seem like they're pretty solid considering, you know, they've been playing with all their backups. Backups and rookies, like literally, like Niners have like the youngest defense in the NFL, like, which is crazy, but they literally have like one of the youngest defense in the NFL right now. They're playing rookies all over the place, rookies and like first couple year guys. Really the only veteran guys is like Warner's like in his like 6th or 7th year in the league. Like everybody else is like a rookie or like a first couple year player on defense. So Khalid with another 50 Astral Chain dollars. 5080 brought to you by the Whole Convenience Store back in my day. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, man. If you guys want to talk more about the double standards in with these people, we definitely can. I want to talk about it more. I definitely want to talk about it more. 44 on the combo board. Another overclock. Let's go. Shout outs.
Overclock Buster!
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Khalid extending his Hokage lead once again to $27. Thank you so much, Khalid. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the 27. Anyway, there's 27 more. You beat my man Khalid. And of course, 1361 to beat him out on the Stream Ninja board. 49ers are favorites to win the division. Now with Bosa going out, I don't know if they're the favorites to win the division anymore. I think with a healthy Bosa, yes, they're the favorites to win the division. But without a healthy Bosa, I would say that the Rams are the favorites to win the division. But the Niners are right there. They can still win. But Bosa's huge because you got a game plan for him. He takes 2 or 3 guys every single time. That opens up Mykel Williams, the rookie. That opens up Bryce Huff. That's like a speed demon on the other side. You know, now they don't got to do that. Now you don't got to worry about that as much. Mykel is definitely more of a run stuffer. You still got to worry about Bryce Huff though. But his run defense, it's okay, but it's not as good as Bosa's. So I think that, yeah, not having Bosa definitely is a huge blow for the rest of the year. How about the Giants? Oh man, we're cursed. Yeah, the Giants looked terrible last night. So yeah. Can I get a chemical plant zone? Yes, you can get chemical plant zone. Chemical plant zone. There we go. Yeah, Mykel's a beast, dude. He's a run stuffing big. He reminds me of Justin Smith. Remember that big old white dude that the Niners used to have? They got from Cincinnati back in the day, a little bit. He reminds me of Justin Smith. Just like a nice, you know, can play DN, can play tackle, can play anywhere on the defensive line. Very, very, very good player. Very good. Like I said, he just needs to work on the pass rush a little bit more. But he's getting doubled. He's like, Mykel's getting doubled already as a rookie. He's getting doubled, so not bad. This song hits right here. Hold up with the super char. There was blatant Puka, and yeah, Devontae definitely had a PI. There was a 100% Devontae PI on the touchdown catch. That's true. How was Mario Galaxy Collection bad at 70, but the Turok Collection at 60, or System Shock 2 at 30, or the Thing remastered at 30? Galaxy games are actually fun. I think a lot of people actually have no problem paying $70 for the Galaxy Collection, because those are the 2 of like the greatest games of all time. So it's really not because people aren't valuing it based off of how good the games are. They're valuing it simply based on how old the games are. The fact that the games are old, that they're Wii games. You know, that's what they're basing it off of. They're not basing it off of how good the games are. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Blandrew? Welcome to the stream. One of the last good Nintendo channels I still watch. Everyone is so negative. Yeah, Blandrew, it's been pretty crazy, but negativity gets you extra money. So there are definitely people that are farming the negativity for money. I mean, heck, you got YouTubers with 20, 30,000 subscribers getting 300,000 view videos because of flat out lying when it comes to, you know, buyer's remorse with Switch 2, which once again, like, I'll probably make a live stream on it. I thought about making a video, but the video just seems like it adds to the negativity. So I'll probably talk about it in a live stream. But if you go on like a lot of the, you know, like the actual consumers that are purchasing the system, so like you go on like the reviews, right? You go on Amazon, you go on Best Buy, you go on Target. It's overwhelmingly positive with very little negative reviews. And most people are saying, I love the system. Like if you like Switch 1, you'll like this system. So when people are saying buyer's remorse and all that, I think it's mainly just to make money off the YouTube Everything that Nintendo talked about, you know, before the system launched is coming out or has been dated now at this point. There hasn't been any real big surprises. So if you bought the system beforehand, you bought it based off of what you thought was coming out. Everything that they talked about was coming has been dated now. So I don't believe in this whole buyer's remorse thing. I mean, yeah, sure, there's probably some people, but there are some people that have buyer's remorse with the PS5. There are some people that have buyer's remorse with the Steam Deck. There's people that have buyer's remorse with everything, a new TV or whatever, clothes. Like there's some, but the overwhelming majority of people are probably happy with the system, you know, overwhelming majority. And like I said, you can look at the reviews on these sites where people that have no financial gain overall, they're just talking about the system. So yeah. What's up, Mark Davison? Welcome to the stream. That's why I only watch you. Shoutouts, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Darnold's playing smart so far. Of course, 49ers game was rough. Well, he was a good system kind of QB. I think Darnold even is a little bit better than a system QB. He made some really good throws against the Saints. So yeah, he made some good throws. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to light it up like Peyton Manning every single time. He doesn't have Justin Jefferson isn't walking through that door. But yeah, I think he's good. I think he's even a little bit better than a system QB. I think he's a solid good QB. Kind of like a Jeff Garcia maybe type QB. I mean, I don't know if he's going to make, 3 Pro Bowls, but it reminds me kind of like a Jeff Garcia type. A little bit above a system quarterback. Can probably get you into the playoffs with a good enough team around him and good defense, So yeah. Let's see here. To have buyer's remorse, you don't have to, buy the system. Yeah, exactly. Like some people, once again, if we're going to Nintendo, obviously he doesn't have the system, but he's going off of what other people are saying. But yeah, but to insinuate that Stealth is that Stealth is an employee for Nintendo, I mean, this is getting on delusional type of a situation. That we've got sleeper agents that are content creators for Nintendo. Dude, let me tell you something as somebody who's worked with Nintendo. Nintendo ain't paying for that. Nintendo is not paying for sleeper agents. Do they have the money? Of course they do. But Nintendo of America is not paying for sleeper agents. Remember, this is the same company that I forgot to put review code given to Nintendo or, advertisement, and Nintendo freaking emailed me like in the middle of the night or something like that. Hey, you forgot to put that it was whatever, review sponsored by Nintendo or free what's it called? A free game, whatever. I mean, they've told me that in like my Twitter page, like when I talk about a game that they gave me a review code for. But you're trying to tell me that they have sleeper agents? I mean, come on now. Nintendo NOA has sleeper agents for them, but they're sitting here, crossing their T's and dotting their I's on free game codes? Come on now. Yeah, hashtag free game. So yeah, right. Like that's insane. That's insane to even insinuate that Stealth is some type of sleeper agent or works for Nintendo of America. Because what? Because he's not complaining and whining and crying and making thousands of dollars off of grifting on YouTube? Is that the reason why he's a sleeper agent? Because you're angry or you hate Nintendo now? I mean, like it's nonsense, guys. That's all these people have is conspiracy theories, manipulating data, lying, grifting. That's all they have at this point. So I like that Sony PlayStation 5 at least hasn't RROD'd on me. People out there really wanting the system to RROD. I don't know if people really wanted that. Zoo with the $5 dono.
It's true, OJ. I am a Nintendo sleeper agent that pretended to be skeptical and negative only to activate and turn babyface to say the system is good now.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that I'll say. It's good to be skeptical. It's good to definitely raise questions if there are some questions. But at the same time, I think that, putting out information like that in a video that's viewed by 300,000 people is reckless, to say the least. It's a very asshole move. If that's the same video that I'm thinking, maybe I'm getting my videos mixed up, but that's incredibly douchebaggy-ish to do that. To insinuate that somebody is a sleeper agent on Twitter, that they're a secret Nintendo employee. Yeah, that's just, and like I said, Stealth's my friend, so maybe I'm a little bit more like, okay, you know, I mean, Stealth saw it and he was like, yeah, I was interested to see that I was in the video, you know, like, so he just said whatever, but, you know, I think that's really messed up, you know. Let's see, can you see my comics? I think you meant comments. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome. OJ, will you play Disgaea 7? I need to play that because they actually reached out for me for a review copy of the game, so maybe I'll play that. So yeah. The Switch 2 will hit 100 million units sold, and then they'll be putting out videos saying it failed. Yes, they will be. This grift is not about the success or failure of the Nintendo Switch 2. It's about simply raising every single thing that you can raise to make money as fast as possible and never admitting that you were wrong. That's what this is about. It's not about, and I've seen it before, this is not the first time, but now this is bigger than ever. This is not about actually talking about for the fans or what's good for the fans. It's about one person or people just making money. That's really what it's about. That's why I say double standards. It's a long-term, yeah, it's a long-term grip. It doesn't matter if the Switch 2 sells 150 million. People did the same thing with Switch 1. When Switch 1 first launched, there were all sorts of videos saying it's gonna fail, that nobody's buying it, that, oh, look at the stock prices, oh, look at this, oh, you know, nobody, it's only hardcore Nintendo. I mean, I heard every single excuse in the books. Every single excuse in the books for the Switch 1's success, I heard it. They said the same thing. Now, since the Wii era, it has been Nintendo's going to fail. So they'll just predict these same people. It's like literally the same minds. It's like passed down. It's like a bloodline, like Sharingan. I'm just gonna call it Stupid Ingan. Stupid Ingan. You know, yeah, dumbass Ingan, or I don't know how to say it. What's the best name for it? Moron Ingan? Yeah, there we go. Moron Ingan. Not even saying Moron Ingan. It's like passed down through like a bloodline, or like it's like in the water. But pretty much the Wii, the 3DS, the Wii U, the Switch, now the Switch 2. So it's 6 generations of platforms now. No, 5, I can't count. Yeah, hold up. Wii, 3DS, Wii U, Switch 1, now Switch 2. Yeah, 5 generations of Nintendo platforms, with one of them actually coming true with the Wii U. So right now, it's looking like the Switch 2 is going to be successful, right? Obviously, it's looking like it's going to be like that. But even if you wanted to remove the Switch 2, so they're 1 for 4. They're 25% in their it's going to fail ratio. But they'll just do it every time because I can make as much money as fast as possible. And then I can make the, if I feel like it, I can make the I was wrong video. Those videos go hard. I was wrong, you know. Oh, I was wrong. If they have humility, they might. But that's really what it is. So I'm just gonna call it Moron Ingan. Moron Ingan. So that's what I'm calling it. It's definitely, because it's like an eye. It's what they see. Most people see, oh wow, it's selling good. Okay, wow, like the units are actually being cycled in and out. Like it's doing good. Oh wow, we have competition. Okay, Sony's got their thing. Microsoft obviously has fallen off a bit. We need somebody else. That's what anybody normal with a business mind would say. Okay, like okay, it's doing okay for itself. We'll see. The prices are going up. People are looking at things. But Moron Ingan is not about competition. It's not about games. It's not about having competition in games. It's about, I'm angry, me. I'm going to make money. I'm going to grift. It's not about the truth. It's about just, it's a selfish grift to manipulate people into ad revenue. That's really all it is. That's what Moron Ingan is about. That's how these people see. So that's just really what it comes down to, man. That's really what it comes down to. The hating grifter village. Oh yeah, there's that, like the hating grifter village, bro. I'm telling you. Nah, let's take the Dragon Ball route. Red Grift Army. Hate Nintendo. Dr. Grift created an army of hate Nintendo, of hate toward Nintendo Goku. I like Moron Ingan because I feel like it's a bloodline passed down. I feel like it's like a generational thing. I feel like it's a bloodline. I feel like it's through like visual. It's like a visual jutsu. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's a create an army. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it is that, but I feel like it's just certain people that, you know, have this eye for stupid, you know, and like it's like a blood like passed down from generation, because like it's like every generation. It's like every single generation, it's the same thing. It hasn't changed since the Wii era, dude. Like, since the Wii era, since online became like a real thing, like where we had N4G, where then we got Twitter, then we got, you know, more social media. They're gonna fail every single time. So I feel like it's a generational thing passed down, you know? I mean, yes, you're right. It could be like the create an army. Maybe you have the Red Grift army down at this point, right? Where you have YouTubers that will do that and all that, and which, yes, I think there's definitely room to say that that's it. But I feel like it is something that you inherit, that it's like in your DNA, and you have to activate it. Like, you know, Sharingan, for those who don't know, it's a visual jutsu with your eye that allows you to see things before they happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you can dodge. It's almost like bullet time, right? It's like their own personal bullet time. So it allows you to do all that. It can also allow you to play tricks on your enemies, right? Manipulate. It's a jutsu. This thing that it is a jutsu, because what do Sharingan users do? They do genjutsu. They do genjutsu, and they trick people into thinking things that I'm telling you, bro, it is a visual jutsu. It is a visual jutsu where these people will trick you and manipulate you and think there is something when there is nothing. There is nothing happening to you. You are okay. Everything is okay. So it is definitely, I'm gonna call it Moraningan. I'm calling it that, man, bro. I'm calling it that. And the thing about it is that it's awakened. You don't have it all the time, right? You don't have it all the time. Like Sasuke didn't have, you gotta unlock it. Like once you come of a certain age and you trained enough and all that, you will earn your Sharingan. So it's the same thing. Not all these people were born with the Moraningan. They had to earn it. You know what I'm saying? They had to earn the Moraningan. You know, they had to earn it. And like, you know, the YouTube dollars start, once you get a certain amount of money from grifting and all that, the Moraningan just you start to gain more and more ticks, and it starts to evolve, you know, to the point to now where you're questioning if a content creator on Twitter, Stealth, a fan, is a sleeper agent for Nintendo. That is a sleeper agent planted on Twitter for Nintendo. That is when Moringan has reached full maturity. You know, it's gotten that bad, guys. Like, it's gotten that bad. Shout outs to Shaw X with the $5 dono. The 6 paths of stupid. Yeah. The 6 paths of stupid, bro. I'm telling you, man. Shout outs to Shaw X. Thank you for the $5 dono. Symbol the Rapper with the $5 says, random question. Remember Uniraces on the SNES? It would be cool to see that game come back. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That was actually made by the Grand Theft Auto developers, believe it or not. DMG, back when they were called that, they made Uniracers. So yeah, shout out Symbol the Rapper. Thank you for the dono, and I know you've got a lot to deal with, but I'm glad that you're able to stop by the stream. Nintendo, not a real gamer, he's a fake gamer. I'm pretty sure he's played games before in the past. I'm pretty sure he likes games, but I think at this point, I think that the money is now more important than integrity when it comes to him, at least in my opinion, based on what I've seen. Let's see here. DMA. Did I say DMG? I meant to say, yeah, DMA Designs. DMA. Let's see here. Are they? Who, those people? No, absolutely not. That would mean that they're cool. we can't give them that name. The Akatsuki's, they're super cool, so we can't give them that. No, absolutely not. Take it easy, Zombie. Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. I appreciate you. Haven't slept in 10 years. Seriously. Let's see here. Wait, double standards? What now? I know, seriously, Prime. Insane double standards. Well, Prime, if you just joined us, shout out to Nintendo Prime. You guys all go subscribe to his channel. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know who he is. Shout out to Prime. We're talking about how Microsoft, or at least the reason why I brought up double standards is because Microsoft raised the price of the Xbox Series 2 times in the past 6 months. And the same people, big content creators with millions of subscribers, did not have anything to say. Now, they had something to say when $80 Mario Kart came out. They had something to say when $50 increase on Switch 1 came out. They always got something to say. You know what I'm saying? They always have something to say on that. But they didn't have, I didn't see anything from Moist Critical. I didn't see anything from the people who cover this. They're usually pretty quick with Nintendo stuff. I did not see anything. I looked. So, of course, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it, like, of course, it's the double standards. Now, Zoo brought up that, well, nobody cares about Microsoft. And I said, oh, that's a good one. Because guess what happened when Microsoft raised the price to $80 originally with their games? And before they backtracked, when they raised the price and they also raised the price of the system, guess who people blamed? They blamed Nintendo. Heck, we even had Nintendo fans like Shokyo blaming Nintendo. Everyone blamed Nintendo for that and said it was their fault. But then when Microsoft reversed the decision for $80 games, and when all these other companies said we're not doing $80 games now, when people blamed Nintendo for it, none of these people came out and said, oh, well, I guess I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Nintendo, a silly kart racer that has a $50 bundle was not the reason why we're going to raise our price, because nobody's raised their price to MSRP $80 yet. Nobody has. And everyone was saying that they're going to, that this is going to be the start of it, that we're going to start seeing a bunch of other companies also do this. Okay, Microsoft came out, even though it was like right after we found out about it. They blamed Nintendo for it. When Microsoft rescinded that, there were 0 videos saying that I was wrong. 0 videos from these same people. 0. None. 0. So it's the same song and dance. It's the same nonsense that I've been hearing from these people all generation. There is room to be critical when there's time to be critical. If it is, that's fine. But a lot of this is just double standards. And if you're going to be that, you got to be that across the board, you know? So that's my thought process. Shout outs to Kevin with the $1 dono and says, do you think that The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky could get nominated for Game of the Year? Can I get any music from Xenosaga? Could it get nominated for Game of the Year? Yes. Will it get nominated for Game of the Year? I don't think so. I do not think so, no. At least not from the Keeley Awards, no. Xenosaga music. Thank you for the support, Kevin, with the $1 dono. We're at 70 on the combo board. We have gotten, you guys know what time it is. It's time to see Noah and Mio flying through the sky. I think it's time, right? Let's go. Appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. 1 hour max extension. Let's see if we can go for, you guys know you guys know who it is. 30 more combos and we get Mr. Cloud Strife. Cloud Strife himself. Shout outs, man. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit the like button too if you have not hit the like button. I think Nintendo might be the only one who can get away with $80 games. Can they? I'm not sure if they can, because most people are buying the Mario Kart World game in the bundle. So we'll find out if they can get away with it. We'll find out, because once the bundle goes away, we'll see how good Mario Kart World sales are, because the only way to get it would be through buying it for the $80 or finding it physical cheaper. So we'll find out if they are or not. Did Youngay make a video about I think he made a video about Microsoft increasing the price again, right? I think he did. Kareem Ali with the $5 donor says, not only that, but the increased type of videos titled Nintendo is Evil, even though the other companies have it worse. Yeah, the Nintendo Evil videos are always a very good title to go with. It's like they're charging, I saw somebody say like they're charging 70 for Mario Galaxy. They're evil. They're evil for charging 70 for Mario. Evil for charging 70 for Mario Galaxy. If you don't like the price, I get that. I don't like the price either, but evil is going a little bit too far. But yes, the evil videos are there. That's just the easy clickbait, easy way to get people to watch the video. I do not see Sony as evil. I do not see Microsoft as evil. And Microsoft is the same company who replaces people with AI, who fires people that moved across the country to go work for Microsoft, fired them within less than a year of them moving there. They packed up all their stuff, left their families, moved across the country to go work for Microsoft or for Xbox, and were laid off within a year, ruining their life. That seems more like an evil thing to me than charging $10 more, but I did not see a single person call out Microsoft for being evil in that when it comes down to it. So yeah. Young Ye did. He's been consistent. I'll double check on that. But yeah. Let me give you the reality. Nintendo's not evil. Listen. All companies are evil, if that's the case. Every company is evil. Every single last one of them. All big billion-dollar companies are evil, if that's the case. But no, they're just a company. They make decisions based off of money. That's it. Now, if you want to think that's evil or not, that's fine. But if somebody gets laid off, it's because they felt like money. Now, that can be evil, sure, if you think it's evil. I think personally, hiring people and then firing them, if hiring somebody from out of state and then firing them within a year, I think that's pretty messed up, man. I think that's pretty messed up. Because they dropped everything that they're doing. I mean, for those who don't know, has anybody here moved across the country for a job? If you've moved across the country for a job or moved city or states for a job, it is very stressful, it's very time consuming, and it's very expensive. So for people to uproot their whole life, move away from their family, then later to be laid off a year or 2 years later, you can take that as you see it, But I don't think I saw anybody call Microsoft evil for that. Shout out to Justin with the $1 dono and says, "Can I get Trails in the Sky first chapter sophisticated fight? Also, it was fun playing while my football team lost again." I know you're a Titans fan. You got to be patient because you have a rookie quarterback. But yeah, man, I'm sorry about that. I was playing, but I couldn't focus while the Niner game was on. So I had to. I was playing it during other games. Like during like the Kansas City game and during like the early games. So it was great. It was really good. You said next 3 to 5 years games will be 130. I don't think they'll jump up to that much, but we'll see. We will see. 24 combos away from the going further than beyond. So yeah, remember Jim Ryan visiting the studio celebrating, having them eat a cookie with his face on it, only to close the entire studio down a week later. People made a joke about it. Exactly, people made a joke out of it. Phil Spencer also visiting, certain studios, right? I think it was like Hi-Fi Rush or whatever, only for them to be axed later, like later that year or whatever, or like a couple months later. Like I said, the double standards are insane. If Nintendo did that, you'd have people that are talking about a civil war. You'd have people that would literally probably go grab a grenade, a rocket launcher, some guns, and say, I'm probably go looking for a fight. Like you'd have people try to choke out Doug Bowser outside of Nintendo HQ if Nintendo did that to certain studios. If they did that to Retro, if they did that to another studio, man. I mean, so it's interesting for sure. And I'm obviously exaggerating. Let's see if they got Hi-Fi Rush team got picked up by another studio. Well, we'll see if that works out or not, JC. At the end of the day, just the business. There's no good or evil. Pretty much. I mean, businesses can do evil and good things. They can be both. It's like figure drawings. Avatar. It's yin and yang. So yeah. Watched a video called Nintendo is Dead, and a third of the video was just complaining about Switch 2 editions existing and saying Nintendo is only making re-releases and not new games. Yeah, which is not true. I mean, obviously, they've announced more new games than Microsoft and Sony in the last number of months. I think maybe even combined. I mean, if you just look at it, we can just talk about the new, the new games, right? Just going off of, the new games. So let's talk about that, right? So, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of stupid stuff. If you look at it, let's just talk about the new games for this year, for example. Pokemon Legends, right? Pokemon Legends ZA, that's a new game. Excuse me. Or let's just start from the beginning, right? Let's just start from the beginning. Mario Kart World, new game. Mario Kart World, new game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, new game. Drag Cross Drive, new game. Right? I don't count Welcome Tour, but we're going to count it here just because it is a new game. It should have come packed in, though. Welcome Tour, new game. Pokemon Legends ZA, new game. Metroid Prime 4, new game. Hyrule Warriors, new game. Kirby Air Riders, new game. Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, new game. Yoshi, new game. Mario Tennis, new game. Pokopia, new game. Rhythm Heaven, new game. Tomodachi, new game. So just this year by itself, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 new game announcements. If you want to remove Welcome Tour, that's fine. Remove Welcome Tour. 13 new game announcements. So what other company has made 13 new game announcements this year? Like brand new. Maybe Microsoft with some of theirs, whatever, or new games that are coming out or whatever this year and next year. 13 games in terms of stuff. Now, if you want to remove Metroid Prime 4 because we already knew about that game, or Pokemon Legends, that's fine too. You still have double-digit new game announcements for this year. So I'm not sure what, like I said, a lot of the videos are just clickbait and just angry about whatever they want to be angry about, It's not actually like, they don't actually present both sides. If you're gonna say they're dead because of this and because of Nintendo Switch 2 editions, say, okay, well, while they have done this, at least preface it. But most of this is not about, it's not about actually being objective and fair. It's about just being angry about something, So yeah. Let's see, place. Let me get you on this. Xbox is evil. Nintendo is not evil. PlayStation is not evil. Okay. Let's not forget Nintendo did with their own studios, unlike Microsoft, who had a bailout for Halo and Gears. I think Microsoft they've canceled more things than they've announced, right? No, I'm joking. They did have a showcase where they did show off more of their games. But a lot of those games have no release date, or we don't know when they're coming. Like, a lot of those games are just like, they'll come when they come. Like, so yeah. I watched certain Nintendo YouTubers say that's because their channels say that because their channels are getting low views, the Switch 2 is losing steam. I don't know how that correlates. I've watched certain Nintendo YouTubers say that because their channels are getting low views, Switch 2 losing steam. No, when it comes to the view thing is a YouTube wide thing, because there are channels that people are complaining about low views and all that outside of Nintendo that don't even cover Nintendo, that people that cover all sorts of other stuff and cover Microsoft and Sony. So the whole low view thing is really a YouTube algorithm thing. And the YouTube algorithm definitely changed. It absolutely changed overall. Like, it changed probably about a month or so ago. It changed. And it changed to where, I'm not sure, but it did. It just did. And YouTube said that it changed. Like, the hype stuff, the whole smaller YouTube hype feature, that changed things up a bit. The whole what's called the new improvements that they're doing, like the whole new A/B testing. Like, there's a bunch of under the hood stuff that they just announced for live streaming. So there was a lot of changes within the YouTube system that's happened, and that's causing some channels to get, my channel too, getting lower views than usual. So yeah, I mean, this has happened multiple times. This happened even in the Switch 1 era. So no, I think people are just putting a false equivalence, to that. Switch 2, if you look at Nintendo's Direct, look at how big that Direct was. If you look at Scott the Waz's channel, he can talk about Switch 2 all day and he gets plenty of views. So it's really just more of like, you gotta, and I'll get that done in just a bit, but it's kind of more into two things. People that are newstubers or people that just cover positive Nintendo news and all that, it's more of a struggle because you're not clickbaiting with some type of crazy title. So if you're not like already established like beat 'em ups or like Wood, or sorry, that's the same person, like Scott the Waz or like beat 'em ups or like somebody like that, or even like RGT to a lesser degree, but RGT, it's going to be harder and harder for you to get views if you're not being completely negative and clickbaiting, like some of the smaller YouTubers that are doing that. That's how they're using to grow. So kind of people in the middle are kind of like left in limbo. It's like, you know, it's kind of a little bit of whatever. But I think, you know, once, like once Pokemon comes out, once the new Smash Brothers game comes out, once the new Animal Crossing comes out, then obviously there's going to be big spikes in viewership and big spikes in sales and big spikes and all that. So we saw the same thing with Switch 1. Kareem Ali with the $20 dono. And says, I think the reason people are denying these new games is because they're not mega million hits, which I don't understand why people are so fixated on mega million hits like Zelda, Mario. For some reason, they expect those every single month. Well, Pokemon is definitely a mega million hit. So that's definitely going to be a big mega million hit overall. Obviously, Mario Galaxy is probably going to be a mega million hit, even though it is an older game. It's probably going to be a mega million hit because it's on Switch 1 and it's on Switch 2. So I would expect that game to sell 10 million units plus. I would expect Pokemon Legends ZA to sell 10 million units plus. So those are some mega million hits. Hyrule Warriors should probably sell million plus, but obviously it's not up to the level of Zelda, Pokemon, and Mario. But yes, these are new games. These are good games. They're games that are going to review well overall. Obviously Mario Kart World is a mega million hit, you know, and Donkey Kong Bonanza is also a mega million hit. So there have been as well too. People are just, you know, downplaying some things. Thank you, Kareem, with the $20 dono, adding to that $5 you did before. So that definitely gets you on the top of the Stream Ninja. I appreciate that, man. Seriously, thank you so much. $20 is the biggest dono of the stream, so anybody does 20 or more, you can beat up my man Kali, or no, sorry, my man Kareem, Stream Ninja. Let me get that typed in here. Stream Ninja. All right, shout outs, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kareem. I gotta spell this right. Thank you for the big $20, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys give him some love in the chat. Combo breaks as well. And that gets us so much closer. We are only 4 combos away from the going further than beyond. Linus Tech Tips. Let's go. Linus Tech Tips and Digital Foundry have also been complaining about low views. There you go. So it's one of those things that happens all the time, you know, or not all the time, but it happens within the YouTube algorithm, you know? So yeah. Yeah, big creators like Shadyversity and LTT said something has definitely changed with YouTube's algorithm and age verification thing. Yes, the age verification thing, there were a number of different changes implemented into YouTube. So yeah, that's all part of it. That's all definitely part of the situation that's going down, you know, and everything. So yeah. Absolutely. Sadly, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 Switch 2 will probably sell more than Metroid Prime 4. I don't think there's anything sadly about that. I don't think it's like sad. Like Metroid sells what Metroid sells. Mario sells what it sells. So I think people might be surprised at how well Metroid Prime 4 sells. So I think that there's nothing wrong with Mario selling more than Metroid. There's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of Metroid fans get a bit too uptight about that. As long as you keep getting good games and the game is good, then just worry about that. But I think the sales should be just fine. Sales should be just fine. Ragebait, Slop, and AI Slop have taken over YouTube. Yes, that is correct. There are so many AI Slop sports videos, compilation. I can't even keep up with the compilation channels now because they're pumping out new top 10 this, top 20 this, just using AI. So it's like, whenever it takes me a long time to make a compilation video, but they can bang them out every single like 3 to 4 days with AI, you know? So it's tough, man. It's tough, but it is what it is. You got to adapt, right? So I got to adapt myself. When I do my compilation videos, I'll probably have to now, you know, use AI chatbot to help me out so I can help, because I don't have a whole writing team. I don't have a whole production and editing team. So then I'm probably gonna have to use that to say, oh, okay, yeah, to get some ideas here and there, and then of course do my own voiceover and make it my own unique personality. But yeah, you're gonna have to adapt. If you don't adapt, you're gonna get left behind, you know? So yeah. So yeah. every direct gets trashed because the dude didn't get the game he wanted. Yes, that is true. If you don't get something that you want, then the direct for one person or this person or that person will be bad. Whatever, you know? So yeah, I'm asking that because people were trashing the latest direct even though it had good stuff. And yeah, I mean, some people were, but if you go on the actual Nintendo Direct itself, most people thought that the Direct was pretty good. And if you look at even like, I think like Jeff Keighley's page about like, he put a tweet up like, you know, what would you give the Direct? Most people said the Direct was good. They gave it a C or higher. They gave it, you know, most of it was B or A, and then there was some C, then there was some that were, you know, D or F. But yeah, most people thought the show was actually pretty solid to really good. So I think the people that don't like things just talk the loudest for the most part. Not everyone's gonna like everything. Believe it or not, there are people that hated the Switch 1. I mean, Switch 1 sold 150 million units, and there were people that made video after video after video talk about how terrible the Switch 1 is and how bad it is. I mean, you know, that's just something that that happened. So not everybody's got to like everything, you know, that other people like or whatever, you know? So yeah. So that's a thing. That is a thing. Let's see here. Personally, I've stopped watching creators who make vids based off of their feelings instead of facts. Yeah, you know, some people like really emotional content creators. I think that, like, you know, my videos usually on my live streams, I can get a bit emotional at times, but it's usually rooted in whatever facts I feel like saying. But yeah, there are people that like raw emotion. Like, it's not about facts, you know. Like, there are people that it's not about facts to them. It's about how they feel for the day or how they feel about something. And facts do not come very often, you know, or they don't care. Shout out to George FT. Thank you for the membership for 26 months. I appreciate that. Combo breaks. This month's Direct was by far the best one we've had all year. The majority of the games that I wanted release dates for were in it. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, we got release dates for Hyrule Warriors. We got release dates for Metroid Prime 4. We got release dates, obviously, for the games that we already knew that were coming. We got new information revealed. We got new Fire Emblem announcement, new Mario Tennis announcement, new Yoshi announcement. Like I said, I don't think it's the greatest Direct ever in the whole wide world or whatever, but it was definitely a solid Direct. I thought it was a good, solid Direct, like a B Direct in my opinion. And I went back and looked at, and you know, some people were saying, oh, well, it didn't live up to the first big Direct of the Switch 2 era. So I went back and looked at the first big Direct of the Switch 1 era, and this Direct absolutely crushes that Direct. That Direct actually had no new first-party game announcements from Nintendo for the Switch 1. It had 0 new first-party game announcements. The 3 big first-party games were Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, and Splatoon 2. Games that were all already announced. Those were the big games. And it ended on Splatoon 2. So if you even go back and compare bar for bar when it comes to Nintendo's first big Switch 2, like, you know, Direct in the Switch 2 era when the system's out, compared to the Switch 1, which that Switch 1 Direct took place on April 13th, 2017. And you can go back and compare them, and this Direct blew that one away. So, you know, there's also that too, which nobody actually made that point. I'm the only one that I can know of in the community that actually made that point, you know. So yeah, I remember on VG Charts, the user was nagged on for claiming that the Switch 1 would fall off of a cliff in 2018. Oh yeah, that was content creators too. No shots to Rerez, but Rerez is a big content creator that gets plenty of money and views, and people like him a lot because he makes I play terrible game videos, and he has good production quality, and he seems like a really nice guy. Overall, he speaks very well, and I think his channel is great. But yeah, Rerez, we had a debate about the Switch 1 before it even launched. I think we had a debate, and I feel like I was a little bit too aggressive on that debate. I will be honest there. I felt like I could have handled that debate better, but I was pretty much right on everything that I said in that debate. Like, I was right on everything in that debate when it came to the Switch 1. And the funniest thing is that you know, he still made videos about how it could fall off in 2018, just kind of like how people are making videos and talking to me now. I mean, like, even right now on Twitter, like, you've got Steam Deck fans, and, you know, listen, Steam Deck is great. It is what it is. People love Steam Deck, and that's fine. If you love the Steam Deck, you love the Steam Deck. But we've got people on Twitter that are so, like, they're so I don't care about Switch that they'll prop up this flopping device of the Steam Deck. And I don't care what people say, if it's just something extra for Valve or not. Don't stop comparing it to the Nintendo Switch 2 then. Or stop comparing it. If you don't want people to compare sales, then don't compare it to Nintendo at any point, because they want their cake, they want to have their cake and eat it too. That's what I realized about with Steam Deck people. They want to say it's better than Nintendo Switch 2, it's better than Xbox, it's better than PlayStation, but then they also don't want you to compare it. They want to say, oh, well, it's niche, or oh, well, it's a handheld PC, of course. Then no. Then don't talk about it versus Switch 2 then. That's what these Steam Deck people do. And I got into a conversation earlier with somebody about this, because all I posted was, you know, Valve did a, you know, they dropped the price of the Steam Deck 256 gigabyte LCD model to $319. So it's usually $400. They dropped it by about $80, right? So I said Valve is just trying to get rid of all the leftover stock of the Steam Deck LCD models that nobody is buying, because nobody's buying this crap. We know nobody's buying this crap. We know because they don't want to talk about sales numbers, and we know based off of the estimates that are out there that nobody's buying this like that. All right, that's all I said, and that is truthful. That is a truthful thing, that nobody's buying it in comparison to like even like Switch 1. It's even selling worse compared to Switch 1, even compared to the Xbox. All right, the Xbox, it's not selling good. So I said that, and that was it. So then of course you had Steam Deck fans that come filtering in there, and there was one guy that was like, I think Steam Deck is better value than Switch 2 at the moment. I wrote an article about it, but I won't post it here unless you want me to. It's like, who cares about your article? Who cares if you think it's better value or not? Nobody cares. And you go on the profile of this person, and what is it? They play indie games all day. They play retro games all day. They're on a budget of like $20 per month for video games. You know what I'm saying? Like they sit there and they like turn in cans and then buy like indie games or Steam sales. Like it's that gamer. And those people, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't buy games on discount. Buy games, but I can't stand when little boys come to the big boy table to talk about video games. It's just annoying.
I'm not sure why someone a couple streams ago was saying Trail in the Sky Switch 2 edition is 4K 30 FPS. Cause it's 4K 60 FPS.
Okay.
Misinformation SMH. It has nothing to do with setting TV settings or whatever.
Okay.
It's 60 FPS on 4K or 1080p TV setting.
Okay. Yeah, Stealth put that out there, and I know Justin also said that it was 4K 30 as well, but I think Stealth also put that information out there that it was 4K 30 and 1080p 60. So yeah, I mean, I played it and it didn't seem like it was 4K 30 docked. It didn't seem that way. So we did kind of, it looks like maybe we, but let me ask you a question, Uncario. Where did you get that information from? Where did you get that from? Thank you for the $3 dono. We are so close to the combo breaker. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. But where did you get that from? Todd Wilson, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription, Todd. But yeah, man. That's the thing that I'm talking about. You know, these type of people, you know, and then they go on to say, oh, well, Lord help Nintendo, because if I'm right and they're not going to sell as well. I'm like, bro, you have the Steam Deck. It sold like 2 units. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sold pretty good now. And he's like, oh, well, I have my boys and they don't want one. I'm like, yeah, once they show off the next Smash Brothers or the next 3D Mario or the next Animal Crossing, more people will buy it. That's how systems sell. And I think that's the problem that you get with a lot of these Steam Deck people and all that. New games don't sell Steam Deck. Steam Deck just sells based off of emulation and based off of Twitter people and online hype. That whenever Steam Deck gets a sale, it's based off of that. It's not based off of new hype directs, new games coming to the platform to show it off. It's based off of I can buy 17 games for $3. That's what Steam Deck hype is about. I can emulate every single game in the world. That's what Steam Deck people do. It's not even about new games or AAA games or consistent flow of games or anything. It's I can buy every. It's just about buying a bunch of cheap ass games 24/7 and never playing them or barely playing them. That's all Steam Deck is about, bro. That's what these people are. And I looked at his profile. His profile is just talking about cheap games. Just budget. I'm on $3 per month on games. You know, and these are the type of people I'm just kind of like, y'all were the same ones that were saying Steam Deck was gonna wipe the floor with Switch, or that Steam Deck was gonna sell like millions upon millions of units. Y'all were saying the same thing. Now you want to go back. Now you want to sit there and just now say that about Switch 2. Switch 2 outsold the Steam Deck in like 3 days. Like, it's whatever, man. You know, like, it's so weird. Yeah, they just want to tinker with settings all day. They just want to emulate. They just want to, and like, you can't even like. I've even had people that I'm friends with, people that you know, that I'm cool with, sit there and go back and forth in the comment section for me simply saying that people gas up Steam Deck for emulation. That's what they do. They gas up the Steam Deck for emulation. That's what they do. A lot of people do that. If you type in Steam Deck emulation, you will see videos from Bob Wolfden, one of the biggest content creators, gaming content creators on this platform. You'll see videos from so many hundreds, thousands potentially of videos, posts, discussion of people gassing up Steam Deck because of emulation. And I had tons of people tell me that's not the no, yes it is. Yes it is. Emulation is one of the big reasons why cheap games and emulation. It is what it is. Switch 2 is, sure, you can get cheap games on there, but people that buy Switch 2, the reason why is because there is excitement and hype, and there are directs and there are big AAA games that are custom built and made for the platform. That's what people want. People wanted that on Switch 1. We got that on Switch 1. Now we're getting that on Switch 2. That's why Switch 2 outsold Steam Deck in 3 days. It took about 3 days for it to match it or outsell it. Because not everybody is just into budget emulation cheap gaming. People want a consistent flow of new, big, custom-built games, not leftovers, hand-me-downs. And that's what it feels like. It's a hand-me-down PC thingy, you know, where it's like, oh, well, let's just see how it plays on here. We'll find out. So, I don't know, man. That's just my thought process. But, like, these are the same type of people that will sit there and talk about how Switch 2's dead, or Switch 2's this, or Switch 2's that. And it's just silly to me. It's the same type of people that said the same thing about Switch 1 when Switch 1 came out. You know, shout outs to Kevin. Thank you for the $1 dono, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, fam. Shout outs to Paul Gale Network. I appreciate you, Paul Gale Network. Thank you for the raid, man. Yeah, Wolfden has a bunch of handhelds. But yeah, he made a video a few years ago where he talked about how great of an emulation thing is. But I'm just saying, like, that is one of the biggest reasons why it's gassed up, is because of emulation, because you could just go download or steal or do whatever, pirate a million different games. And you could just play old games till you croak. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get a Steam Deck, you don't got to worry about nothing. You could just not pay for anything, and you could just play cheap, you know, cheap games till the end of time, you know? Or if you want to play some AAA games work well on there, you can do that too. Or AA games, you know? So...
Dang, I wasn't putting out misinformation. I was saying what the eShop said, and then I went based on what people pixel counted, where people said it looks to be 1440p docked uncapped.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with this port. Lol.
Yeah, I don't think Justin was trying to put out misinformation on there. And yeah, like I said, I think Stealth also put out the same thing too. So yeah, we'll see for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the $3 dono though. Appreciate you, Justin. Combo breaks. And of course we hit that limit break. Like always, boys and girls. Thank you so much. Let's go. Says, now we have Joker saying wait till Steam Deck 2. Yes, the $600 to $700 Steam Deck 2. Because right now the Steam Deck OLED is $550 and it's had 0 price drops since then, and they import from China. I can't do a Trump voice, but I said China. You know what I'm saying? Import from. So they import from China. So yeah. Good luck. Good luck on the price with that. So yeah, good luck on the price with that. With tariffs breathing down your neck. Okay. With tariffs breathing down your neck. Yeah, right. Yeah, wait till Steam Deck 2. Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I'll never try the Trump voice ever again. I'm terrible. I can do it, but I gotta practice it. I don't practice it. That's my problem. But if I practice it, I think I can do it. So yeah. What about Doctor 81? Have that sent. Have that if you meant seat does good content. Doc Trey does great content. I recommend Doc Trey. It's not 30 FPS. That's my point. You can set the TV to 4K. It'll be 60 FPS. Maybe it's 1440p internally. It did not pixel count, but whatever. It's not 30. Okay, yeah. That's what I realized right away when I played the game, Uncario, is that it wasn't 30 FPS when I docked it. Like, I docked it on my monitor. I docked it on my... Have I docked it on this TV? I haven't docked it on this TV, but I docked it on my monitor, and it definitely was not 30 FPS. So, let's see. Our Switch 2 is also from China. Are you sure about that, King MNE? You want to bet? How much are you willing to bet about Switch 2 being from China or not? You willing to put any money on that, or we willing to not? Oh man, let's bet $10 right now. Let's bet $10. You want to bet on that? Where it's from? Shout outs to Dominic. Thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate you, fam. Off topic, Goji, I disagree with the kind of concern with Final Fantasy VII Part 3 if it comes to Switch 2 day one, because it might be held back with scope and content. What do you think? Why would it be held back in scope and content? There's no reason for it to be held back in scope and content. We just got Star Wars Outlaws, which is a current generation game that was not held back with scope and content. So they ported that game over from Xbox and PlayStation, and it held up just fine. So why would Final Fantasy be held back with scope and content? Jacob Foxfires with the $10 dono. On top of that, you also have to make that game run on the Xbox Series S. So there's also that. Plus the game probably has to somewhat run on Steam Deck, right? So there's also that. Jacob Foxfires, thank you for the $10 dono. And says, me and my friends just talked about this, and I'm at the point where I say everyone has their own value. If people see it as a good deal, they can do whatever. Same for when it's not. I agree with that. I think the issue that I have sometimes is when people try to lie or manipulate what's actually like the actual news or the actual information. And I think that's what causes the problems that I see, at least, you know. But I feel you on that one, Jacob. I feel you, brother. Like I'm right there with you. People are allowed to make whatever decision they want. We're also allowed to talk about it as well, too, right? So make sure you guys hit that like button, though. I appreciate you guys coming out to the stream. Seriously, you guys are incredible. Incredible. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate the donos, though, man. You guys are like on one tonight, man. You guys are on one tonight for sure. Thank you for the JoJo's. Big love, big love. Switch 2 looking like a cheap option all of a sudden. I mean, the Xbox and PlayStation have both went up in price in the US since the Switch 2 has been announced, right? So we've gotten 2 price increases, 3 if you count the Xbox increasing it twice. So we have 3 price increases so far overall with Xbox and PlayStation. So yeah, right now, which it's so funny because it makes it makes what's it called? It makes Digino Gaming's video on Switch 2 so much funnier, where they compared, and I'll get that dono in just a bit. Thank you for the 5. I'll read that off. But I just want to get off this last point because there was one slide in there in this, you know, big 30-minute video. I don't think it was a bad video, where they simply talked about like, hey, look, Nintendo, they changed the title. First it was like the Switch 2 price hikes could cost the Switch 2 big time, you know, and I think they meant that instantly, like right at launch. But then once they were proven to be wrong, they changed the title to, is this gonna hurt long time in the long term? I'm like, whoa. You changed the title. Why'd you change the title? So you can change it so now it becomes an evergreen game to where it's like, oh, well, it's doing good now, but maybe later. And you can just say, oh, maybe later. Oh, maybe later. You know, like the original title was price hikes will hurt Nintendo big time. That was the original title of the video. Price hikes could cost Nintendo big time. Could cost it, but now it's like long term. I mean, so like it's like stuff like that. But in the slide for one of their videos, they talked about how Xbox and PlayStation are so much more cheaper, and now parents will gravitate towards those with the Xbox Series S or a PlayStation 5. And since then, both of those systems have increased in price, which was funny, which I actually pointed that out in the video. I said, hey, look, this is a good video, but it doesn't account for everything economically. And that's what I meant. I'm like, you're not accounting for what's going to happen economically with tariffs and potential price increases with other platforms, because many people see Microsoft and Sony as saints, as they can do no wrong, as they are always the default, as they never increase things when they do. I would never put a slide in a video of like predictions and say, well, look at all the prices here. It's so much more expensive than the cheapest thing. Why would you do that? That's just asking for yourself to get economically be-slapped. Because since that vid, there's been multiple price increases on the Xbox Series S, which in that video, they had it at what, $300? It's now $400 for that. It's $100 more, you know? So that's the hilarious. The PS5 is more expensive now. So that's the hilarious thing about that, is that it completely invalidated that one, because you've had multiple price increases since then. But once again, that goes with the Microsoft and Sony are just and right and good, and Nintendo bad. Profit bad, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony good. You know, I think that's the thought process there. And I love Digino Gaming. They're like my favorite channel on YouTube ever. It's like Digino Gaming. I love them. But I was looking at that video. I'm like, that's gonna age bad. Shout outs to Jacob with the $5 says, but there are people that are harassing others who think something is of value. I think that the Galaxy Pack is a good deal, but people get angry. Yeah, you will get harassed. Yes, Jacob, you will get harassed. If you say that you're looking forward to it, they'll call you bootlicker. They'll say you are sucking something of the variety. They'll say all sorts of stuff about you if you say that you like it and all that. You know, that's why I don't really mention it too much. I don't really talk about it, you know, because there's no point. There's no point in doing that, you know? So they'll call you Nintendo shill. They'll say all sorts of stuff to you, you know, they'll just do that. Switch 2 is mainly made in Vietnam. Any systems that are in China were left over from when Nintendo switched their plant from China to Vietnam. So the large majority, pretty much every single one of them, or most Switch 2 systems, are made in Vietnam, not in China. So yeah. Digino Gaming age like Mel. Well, with that slide, I love Digino Gaming. They're fantastic. They're like I said, one of the best, if not the best channel on YouTube. But that specific video, definitely some problems, which we're already kind of seeing. Because one, they changed the title, and not because the title was doing bad. The video was doing fantastic. Usually, you change your. Let me give you guys some YouTube insight. You change your title when things aren't going well. If things aren't going well, you change your title. That's the only time you change your title. That video was one of their best videos that they've done in a while. It was getting views very quickly. It launched. I mean, they did that video right around the launch of the Switch 2, so people were hyped up to bash the system because of X, Y, and Z. So the video's done really well, and it still gets a lot of views till today. So there was no reason to change the title outside of, oh snap, like, yeah, like a lot of the stuff that we said in here was is outdated. So we're gonna change it to where it looks more like a prediction thing, like better reflects more of like a prediction, you know, than anything, right? So there was no reason for them to change the title of that video. It was doing fantastic. The views were great. The money was probably really good too. Like they had a good, I bet you anything, most people watched all the way through, or a lot of people, not most people, but a lot of people watched a lot of that video, and it was like a 30-minute video. So everything was fine with that video. There was no need to change the title of the video. There was no need. Let's see. So yeah. Well, I don't know if the Galaxy ports are lazy until we actually get the ports in our hands. Right now, you're seeing a lot of people just do comparison videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So we need to actually wait and see and get it in our hands, see how it runs, see how it plays, and then we can go from there, whether it's lazy or not. I have 3D All-Stars. I'm glad I got it when it was announced. It's hard to buy now unless you want to pay $113. Yes, that is true. I'm intrigued to see if Digino Gaming will do a follow-up video on their Switch 2 video considering the current circumstances. They will not. I think it gives them anxiety to do videos like that. I don't think that they wanted to do a video like that, and I think that out of all the people that are like grift Nintendo or all that stuff, I don't think that was a grift video. That wasn't a grift video. That was a video from actual fans that were probably concerned about certain things. And I watched all the way through that video, and I don't think it was a bad video. There was a lot of good actual facts and information and rebuttals to people talking about different things. I actually liked the video, you know, so I wouldn't call that the grift video. I wouldn't call that, you know, that. So I don't think that they're going to. I think they just changed the title and they called that. Now, if the Switch 2 ends up not doing as well, then maybe they might make something saying, see, I told you. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see here. I'm because Kingdom, KC, I think it meant Kingdom Come Delivery or Deliverance or whatever. Does have to cut the scope of the game because the Series S, but I'm still excited. They have to cut the scope of the series because of the Series S. Sometimes, like I said, some developers might have to do that. Some developers won't have to do that. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to cut the scope of the game because of the Series S. The Series S shouldn't cut the scope of anything. It's just a weaker system. But it has, you know, like I said, it can do everything that the other systems can do. So there's no reason to cut the scope of the game because of the Series S, in my opinion. Now, can you cut certain features that maybe won't work as well because of RAM limitations? Sure. But I don't think the scope of the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 is going to be cut because of Switch 2. And if it is, then they can focus on actually making the game better, because I think the scope of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part Rebirth was a little bit too crazy and they needed to focus in on some of the things. So in my opinion, at least. So if they have to cut that and they can refocus in on what's important, I don't mind that as well. In my opinion. That's just my opinion, Kareem. So I wouldn't worry about that. As an Aussie looking from the outside, it has shown how much influence US YouTubers have on the algorithm. Yes, the big influence on that. So yeah, heroes in a half shield, turtle power. Oh man, or we're all sleeper agents for Nintendo or something like that. I'm a sleeper agent for Nintendo, you know. So yeah, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming. We still got hour plus left. Yes, hour plus left. We got a lot to talk about. I would love to get to 175 likes. That would be great. So hit that like button. We're also going to open it up to questions as well. If you have a question, tag me at PlayerEssence. Hashtag PlayerEssence, just PlayerEssence by itself. I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions too and read off your comments. All right, good stuff. It's up to the developers to make the most out of the Switch 2's hardware because plenty powerful. Yeah, it's plenty powerful. Like I don't see the need to cut anything when it comes to scope or scale of the game. I mean, yeah, sure. Could there be some things that maybe obviously you can't handle as much on Switch 2 compared to other platforms? But once again, you need to reinforce. Like we won't know those things, so they need to reinforce what makes the game good. And I think if you do that, then there should be no problem. You know. Some of the tone, writing, and VA in FF7 legit awful, especially compared to the original. Red 13's VA is particularly wild to me. Okay, I feel you on that one, Huddy. I feel you on that one. What's up, Squirrel Swirl? Welcome to the stream, young lady. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing good. I hope you are doing good. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. I think Did You Know Gaming's vid on Switch 2 was good, even if it was a bit biased towards Iwata, even though things are way different now that are out of Nintendo's hands. Yeah, and I think that the you know, I've read through Iwata's book. You know, I've read a lot of it, and I've seen like the best parts of it. And you know, I think the problem that I have with people that somehow, you know, summon Iwata when it comes down to these type of things, I think it's silly. And because people said that Nintendo's greedy and that Nintendo is off base, even when Iwata was here. People were complaining about the Wii U being greedy, being overpriced, being this and that. People complained about the Wii being overpriced and greedy. Like, people have been complaining that when Iwata was here too. So I think that's the problem, is that people have selective memory. And they say, oh, well, look at these cheap things for this. But people complained about prices back then as well. People complained all throughout the Wii U about virtual console prices, about prices of games, about the price of the system. People complained about stuff as well. So people complained about 3DS games being $40. Like, these games are not even HD. These are, you know, these games are not even that great. They shouldn't be this expensive. People complained about lots. People complained about the price of the 3DS when it first launched. People said it was too expensive. And that was under Iwata. So I think that, you know, to me, I think it's tacky, but it is what it is. Jacob with another $10 dono. Thank you so much, Jacob. I appreciate you, fam. Let's go. And he says, I think another case of people having their own value and people trying to force it. Silksong, people are trying to force $20 as a standard when it's a unique situation with that game. It really is a unique situation. And I think that Silksong, I don't know why people are trying to equate Silksong to everything, because Silksong, it's an indie game with clearly not 3D, clearly not like production value that would be of a bigger game. You can't make games with just 4 people, you know? You can't make something like Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, with the development team that Silksong had. You can't make a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza with a $20 retail price game. Like, you can't make a game like Call of Duty, or you can't make a game like God of War. If you can't make Baldur's Gate 3, you can't make certain games. Like, if you have a vision for a game, you can't do that with what Silksong did. You know, so people trying to equate Silksong to everything is really stupid. It's a 2D game. So I think it's dumb, but yeah, I did see a lot of that as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob Foxfires. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the thank you for another dono, dude. 127 on the combo board. We are combo breaking and going further than beyond. Almost at that 150 platinum and a half combos. Get the Cloud Buster sword busting out once again. Hey, Lucette, how you doing today, young lady? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Let's see here. What's good, OJ? Great vid today. Just downloaded the demo for the game. Nice, nice. I hope you enjoy it. And I enjoyed making that video today. I thought it was a fun video to make, and I'm looking forward to talking about Trails in the Sky more as I get more you know, as I get more, what's it called? As I get more people to check it out. So yeah, man, it's great. Good stuff for sure. Good stuff for sure. Good stuff for sure. Thank you so much though, Foxfires, with 2 big donos coming through. Remember, Foxfires, if you want a music, I can get you some video game music if you want, man. I can get you 2 tracks, so thank you. If you guys drop a dono, make sure you put your music track. If you can't fit it in the message, you can put it in the chat afterwards. But yo, man, I feel you on that one, dude. Like, I feel you on all that and what you're saying. Like, what you're saying is like definitely, I think it's objectively correct, you know, on the both of your comments today. So why is no one doing Valve Grift channel? Should be easy though. Just talk about the low sales of Steam Deck and how greedy Gabe is every day. People aren't doing that because they know that they'll get people to turn against you very quickly, and you're gonna end up tearing your hair out if you have any. I do not, you know, I want to preserve the hair that I have. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to do a good job of keeping my hair and my hairline. You know, I've been trying to do a good job because it was looking not so good a couple years ago, heck, even earlier. So I've been doing my best, reducing stress and eating good. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. That channel will give you hell if you make a channel like that. Even if it's correct, even if what you're saying is correct, that channel will give you hell. The people on YouTube, the fans will find you and you will get hate almost every single day. You are not allowed to say Gaben is greedy, even though he is. He's a capitalist just like anybody else. You are not allowed to say that the Steam Deck sales are trash tier. And if you do say that, it's but I've heard everything. I've heard, here's the excuses that I've heard. Oh, well, it's a niche PC thingy. But I'm still going to compare it to the non-niche PC thingies. I've heard, oh, well, if they sold it in stores, it'd do better. So then why isn't their store sold out? Why isn't their personal store sold out? Why is it's not always sold out? It's not always sold out, and they give us no sales numbers. So I don't want to hear that either. You know, so I've heard every excuse in the book. Remember, we had content creators. I mean, they're not very smart content creators. A lot of these guys definitely, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know, Bam Bam club to the head one or too many times. Y'all know Bam Bam? Used to roll with the club, or, you know, when Bam Bam used to just go bam, 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 bam to Barney. Some of them maybe got Bam Bammed a couple too many times. You know, that's not my problem. That's their problem. But there were content creators that were making videos that, oh, Steam Deck is gonna kill the Switch 1, the Switch OLED, that it makes it irrelevant. You know, Yeah, those disappeared. That Steam Deck was gonna be the iPhone of PC gaming. That Steam Deck was gonna dominate. That nobody's gonna care about Switch 1 or whatever the successor is to Switch because of Steam Deck. So yeah, I mean, listen. And people love those videos. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, you make a video like that. Oh yeah. Yes. Here's the people that. Yes, I agree. Nintendo's now dookie and dead because now big boy gaming coming in and he is going to dominate. Because that's what people think. They think just because it's Valve, everything that Valve does touches the gold. Gabe Newell takes a dookie, it's gold. It's roses. Everything he does is the greatest thing ever. Remember the Steam Link? When Steam Link was coming out, I bought 2 of them. I got Gaben. Okay? Remember the Steam controller? Remember that? Yeah, nobody uses that crap anymore. Oh, because it felt like a damn Renangon when you played it. Like it's the dumbest controller I've ever used. I'm like, I bought that Steam controller. I'm like, am I playing damn Renangon? It was a freaking Renangon on the controller. I gotta pull this controller up. That controller did not feel good to use. Remember the Steam Machine? Remember the Steam Machine? Remember the Steam Machine? Yeah, that failed too. So gaming can do no wrong. Gaming has failed more times than Nintendo has failed, but people will always give them the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, you can't make videos like that. Otherwise, you're gonna have everybody coming after you. Let me show you guys this stupid Steam controller. Some people I don't even know where my Steam controller is. Steam controller. Yeah, this damn Renangon controller that they oh my gosh. This damn Renangon controller that they tried to sell is definitely Renangon controller. Hold up, let me show you. I need to get a good picture of it though. Because this Renangon, I think it's actually worth a lot. Yeah. Dude, they are expensive if you want one. Yeah, I can't get the actual Steam controller. Let me see if they still. I don't know where my Steam controller is. I had a Steam controller. I know I had one, but I don't know where it's at. All right, yeah, hold up. Mostly positive reviews though, that released back in 2015. So yeah, this was it. It was like it was like an Xbox controller mixed with like, I don't know, maybe if you were playing like, what's that game where you have to like Simon Says like doot 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 doot. You don't have to hit the lights when you're a kid. It says Simon Says. Yeah, it was like one of those. This thing right here. This thing right here, one of them Simon Says pads, bruh. Hey, look at this D-pad, fam. Looks like Hunger Games. Like when they were trying to, when they no, not Hunger Games. No, not Hunger Games. Squid Game. Squid Game. Squid Game. When they were trying to do that thing, like with the cookie or with the thing. It looks like we're trying to put that little thing. look like Hunger or Squid Game, bruh. Squid Game. Anyway. As you can see, you've got the Braille thumb pad here. Just want to know if you ever want to work on your Braille, you can get it done as well. But anyway, yeah, Steam controller. Remember this thing that flopped, that failed? Yeah, I remember that too. Shout out to Cloud. Let's go. But yeah, once again, it's Valve, so you can't talk about their failures. You can't talk about that because it's Steam, it's Valve, it's whatever. But yeah, they've had multiple hardware failures, like back to back to back. Like all this Steam Link, Steam Machine, and Steam Controller were all back to back to back. Like they were all back to back to back. So Bop It, was it called? Yeah, Bop It or something like that. What's that? Bop It, the Bop. That's Oh yeah, I remember Bop It. But no, I think it was Simon Says, bro. Simon Says, the Simon Says toy, bro. Yeah, here we go. Yo, everybody had one of these. If you didn't have one of these, man, I don't know what you were doing. Simon Says, big old Simon Says pad, fam. We have him at school. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, these were great, bro. Simon Says was great. It was good stuff. Let's see here. But OJ, Gabe sold me a game for $5. Means that he's my best friend. I know. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Also, shout outs to James. I think you did. Okay, hold on. Yeah, for the last 23 minutes, man, you've been on one. 25. Yeah, I think of the 25, bro. I appreciate you, fam. So yeah. But anyway, it's like whatever, right? It's like it don't really matter at the end of the day. People are gonna say whatever they want to say. So yeah. All right, let's see if we can get we're gonna get some Fountain of Dreams. Video called Analyzing Evil Phil Spencer and Xbox or something like that. There's a video called Analyzing from anybody big, from a big content creator. I don't know if it was from a big content. I don't know about all that. Let's see. The Steam Link was great. Only failed because they released Steam in-home game streaming to all PCs. I still say streaming from my main PC to my Steam Deck OLED is the best way to play Steam Deck. Okay, so that's a multifaceted thing. I don't think that was the only reason why Steam Link failed. I had a Steam Link. That thing was trash. Okay, like I had a Steam Link. I did not like it. It's like a PS Portal. It's like I don't think it was very good. I had a Steam Link. I can go get mine. I think I know where it's at. It's in my garage. I think I had 2 of them. And I don't think it's streaming. Streaming's not good. Streaming's not great. The latency problems. That was old latency. That was when the internet connections weren't as good as they are now. So I don't know about that. I mean, I don't think that's the only reason why it failed. Like, I don't think people would still be talking about Steam Link. That's just my opinion. Now, and I don't think they ever revealed how many of those sold. So there's also that as well. Now, when it comes to Steam Deck, I still say streaming from main PC to Steam Deck OLED is the best way to play Steam Deck. I don't want to stream. Like, what happened to just playing games native? Like, if the best way to play your system is by streaming from another system, then your system isn't very good. If the best way to play something, I'll say that again. If the best way to play something is that you need another thing to play that thing, that is not a good system. Because you need another thing to play that thing. You should just be able to play that thing, and then that thing should just be able to play just fine. You shouldn't have to say, oh, I'm going to go turn on this. I'm going to go activate this. There shouldn't be a Gundam or Steel Battalion flipping on switches here and there and pressing streaming buttons and this. I'm going to go this. I'm going to set up. Nah. You should just be able to play your system and play your game. Now, maybe because I'm old school. Okay? But I don't think streaming from one thing to another thing and setting all that stuff up is good. I don't think it is. Just grab yourself a system and just play the game. Just play the game normal. If you want to play PC, just play on your PC. If you want to play handheld, just play on your Switch or play on your Switch 1 or play on your Steam Deck regular. Like, I don't know. Once again, I am not a fan of all these things to make other things work like these things, you know? That's why I don't like Portal. The PS Portal's stupid. I don't like turning it on my PS5, having to connect it, having to hook up, having to do this. I don't like all that. Just let me just pick up my system. Let me just play my system. That's it. That's all I need. It's easy. Oh, I want to play it on my TV. Here we go. Boom. I dock it. Plays on my TV. If I'm playing my PS5, I'm just playing on my PS5. That's it. You know? Now, listen. Everybody's not the same. John likes his PS Portal. John Spawnwave. He says that it works just fine. That's cool too. That's great. If you want to play portable and PS Portal's there, I have a PS Portal myself. It works when it feels like. It's like a bad worker. Calls in sick all the time. So I don't have a problem with that. If you want to stream to whatever the case is, that's fine too. You know, that's also fine as well. I'm just simply giving you guys my own thought process, you know, of how it should be, but there are different options for different people, you know? Different options for different people. Let's see here. PS Portal's great. When someone's using the TV, works perfect for me. Does not work perfect for me at all. And there's many people that say the same thing, that it does not work perfect for them. You know, so I'm not the only one. It's not. This is not an anomaly. There are many people that say the Steam Deck does not, or sorry, not Steam Deck. That PS Portal does not work great for them, and they're just like, yo, this is not good. So yeah, I'm not the only one. That's why you can't rely on streaming. That's why I'd rather just play on my Switch too. Like, I don't gotta stream anything. I have everything native. It plays off there. It's the same reason why I didn't like, and it's not even like, oh, well, it's just Nintendo. No, I didn't like streaming on Switch 1 when they had, oh, well, here, you can play, you know, Control. I played Control streaming. I'm like, this sucks. And I just got the game on Xbox, you know? I was like, this is trash. This is absolute garbage. I'm not playing this. And I didn't buy Resident Evil. I didn't buy the Kingdom Hearts. I didn't even bother. I don't want to stream anything. So it has nothing to do with just, oh, well, Nintendo's not. Nah, the streaming stuff on Nintendo sucks too. You know? Like, it ain't good either. So yeah. Steam Deck is 20%. Yeah, they're just trying to get rid of the rest of the what's it called for Steam Deck. They're just trying to get rid of them, you know? So. All right, take it easy, tall man. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Readable OJ, I hate messing around. If I had a Steam Deck or a PC, I would spend more time fiddling with the settings than actually playing games. Exactly. And I think that's the thing. Like, when I was young, and when I was like, oh man, I want to learn the world and all that. Yeah, dude, I got a PC. I was tinkering. I was Mick Tinkerer. You know what I'm saying? I was tinkering with this GeForce now. Like, I was, yeah. But as I've gotten older and my time is more limited, man, I'm like way more ghetto with how I operate. It's like, no, I don't want to tinker with nothing. I don't want to mess with nothing. I just want to be able to just like pick up and play the game. I want it to be as simple as possible, as easy and as simplistic as possible to play a game. I don't want to turn on one system, then go to another system. I don't want to have to activate a button, you know, go down a pole like a fireman, run outside, turn on the electricity, turn it off. I don't want to have to insert the cartridge here, then go over there and do, I don't want to do all that. I just want to just get the game. If I have to download it, that's fine. If I have to buy the game physical, that's fine. I just want to put it into the system and play it. I don't want no streaming crap. I don't want no extra turn on two systems crap. I want it to easily go from my handheld to the TV, and that's it. Like I said, I'm old and I'm stuck in my old ways. But trust me, I made a good attempt at doing all this crap that you guys are telling me to do. I made a good attempt at liking Steam Deck. I made a good attempt at liking PC gaming. I made a good attempt at liking Portal. Like, I made a good attempt at trying out Game Pass. I made a good attempt at doing like a lot of this new stuff that people like. But man, I just feel like old man yelling into the cloud at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that way because I tried all this stuff and it sucks. Like, I tried all this stuff and I don't like it at all. I don't like it. It takes away time from actually playing, you know? So says streaming works great at home as long as you're not playing. No, it doesn't. I have great equipment. I have great internet. And dude, Metaphor Refantasio, it worked okay at times, but then other times it didn't. I would power cycle. I'd be in the same room. I would have it hardwired. I'd have to do it, like even like hardwired. Sometimes I don't feel like hardwiring everything. Why do I gotta have everything hardwired? You know, so even something like I don't feel like doing that. Like, so it's like it did not work great for me. Like, I tried it. It works good sometimes. Other times it doesn't. I think for bigger games it might not work as well. I know for like Star Ocean it worked okay, but like I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. So yeah. Let's see here. I bet Switch 2 will start selling more due to FOMO over Nintendo may have eventually increased the price of the console like Sony and Microsoft. I mean, I think it's going to start selling more or sell because of the games that are coming out. I think that's really what's going to, like Pokemon and Metroid and all that. So I think that's going to be the reason why. More so than anything. Portal's just another paperweight, and I was never interested in Stadia either. Too much tinkering with those. Yeah, Stadia was trash from the beginning. I mean, everyone knew that Stadia was trash. That's all streaming as well. And I think that streaming technology actually worked better than like the streaming technology that we have now, you know? So yeah. Trash. when you need the right circumstances to make hardware work, then it's not quality hardware. Exactly. If I have to go flip a water bottle upside down, go like this, adjust my settings, hardwire it, pray to Jim Ryan, you know what I'm saying? Like, say PlayStation 10 times in the mirror, turn out the light, say PlayStation Portal 10 times in the dark, spin myself around, do the hokey pokey, then come back out and try the Portal. If I have to do all that to get the Portal to work, bro, I ain't doing it. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care how much better or frame rate. I don't care. I'm just not gonna play. I'm just gonna play something else. I'm just gonna do something else. I'm just gonna do whatever, you know? My boy might be watching. One time I was trying to get the Portal to work, and my boy was having a good time watching CoComelon, and I was trying to get this stupid Portal to work like during NFL season in last year, and I couldn't get it to work great with Metaphor. I just turned it off, and I just grabbed my son, and I grabbed him, I put him on, and I put him in, and we just went outside, and he was having a good time. He did not want to go. I'm like, I'll just do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just turn on the game, had it, and I was in my backyard, and we were just playing around in the backyard, like, and I just had the game going, and I could see the game. It was like, I'm not gonna waste my time, bro. I'd rather just, like I said, like, just take my son and pick him up and go do something else. I'm not tinkering with anything, because I could be doing something else. And once again, my son does not like it when I interrupt his CoComelon sessions. He's not a fan of it unless I can do something that's of similar value or better. Which, going outside, which he loves outside, going outside and playing and all that, like, he loves that. You know, because we don't let him, obviously he can't go outside by himself, but he loves going outside. So yeah, like, I'm just gonna do something else. I'm not gonna tinker around with something, or I'm not gonna hope and pray that it works, you know? Let's see, you only do that once when you connect it the first time. My man, do you think that I don't know what I'm doing with the PS Pro, that I haven't tried? Kevin, come on, man. Come on, man. I've tried it multiple times. My man. I really have. I've tried. It's not for me. It doesn't work very good. And I've tried it. Like, honestly. Mad Cats is gonna be the Tokyo Game Show. I thought they were dead. I gave PC gaming a big chance with the great PC and 4090 and a ROG Ally X. I was miserable. Yeah, like, it's just not for everyone. It's just not. Some people it is for, some people it's not. You know? Let's see. I was saying when you were saying all the silly stuff, trust. I know. Oh, okay. You just gotta do. You gotta do the hokey pokey, and you gotta say, okay, just one time. Okay, yeah, I got you. So yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying, Demonic. LJ, have you ever noticed that when you use Bluetooth headset on Switch 2, when you mute the headset mic locally or the headset itself, people in the party still hear you? I've never done that, no. So I haven't noticed it because I don't play on. Honestly, man, I don't play online with voice chat because I gave up on you guys a long time ago. Not you guys in the chat, but I gave up on like the gaming community and all that a long time ago. So I'll do voice chat or whatever with people that I know here, but I'm not gonna go on voice chat with other people, or I don't even do voice chat like with the homies or anything like that. I just don't. So yeah. The older I get, the more precious my free time becomes, the less I want to mess around with something to get it. Exactly. I just don't feel like messing around with something to get it to work, you know? So yeah, I don't feel like I said, it takes time to even just turn on the PS Portal, turn on your PlayStation, which your PlayStation has to already be on. You have to like turn it on. So you turn on your PlayStation, turn on your PS Portal, wait for it to sync up. It syncs up. It looks a little crusty. Then it kind of does that. Somebody else in the house might get on the internet. It might make it crusty. It's like, I gotta worry. My wife, she's watching live streaming. All of a sudden, takes a hit to the connect. I'm like, my son's watching CoComelon. That might mess it up. Like, I'm just like, bro, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I don't want to play chances with it. I'll just play my PS5 straight up. I'll just play it straight up, you know, or whatever. I'll just bring my boy in my room. I'll put him over here, let him watch his CoComelon, and I'll just play my PS5 straight up. Or I'll just grab my Switch 2 and I'll just play it that way. And I think, for me at least, with the Switch 2, that's been awesome, because at least now we can get games, we can get AA games, we can get games running at decent or acceptable frame rates. Most games, you know, if it's 30, it's a stable stable 30, and you know, usually it's 60, maybe it's uncapped, whatever. But at least now we can actually enjoy some, you know, we don't got to worry about the frame rate situations that we've had all throughout the Switch 1 from the very beginning. From the very beginning, the Switch 1 frame rate issues were a thing with Breath of the Wild. So we don't got to worry about that. We can just enjoy and play the games. Even like a big game like Star Wars Outlaws comes out at 30 frames, but at least it's stable and set, and it's not all lagging, the frame pacing bad like we see in Switch 1 games. So I'm excited about that.
OJ, it's really easy to hack that Steam Deck, man.
It is.
Just wrinkle your nose 2 times like in Bewitched. Clap your heels like Wizard of Oz. Say, bubble bubble foil in trouble. And bam, your Steam Deck can play everything LMAO rolling on the floor laughing.
Exactly. Yeah, you said some, shout outs to Super Christian Rule. Thank you for the $3 dono, man. Appreciate the combo breakers. And we are going further than beyond. But, Buddy said Portal works great as long as you're not playing competitively. That can't be great, man. As long as nobody else is on the connection, as long as nobody else is watching anything, as long as you're not playing a game online, as long as you're not, not under the influence, as long as you're not this, as long as you're not, then it's great. It works perfectly fine. Shout out to Chris Wallace music. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil. Somebody said the Portal was better than the Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, that's just a cope at that point. Somebody says that's just a cope. So the thing about the difference between, streaming a movie and streaming a game is like streaming a movie like it's a movie. You're not playing it. You're just watching it. Streaming a game is a completely different beast. You know what I'm saying? Completely different beast. Like the assets, the loading, all that type of stuff. So playing a game is so different from streaming a movie, So for me, I don't mind streaming streaming a movie. It's a movie. I don't got to worry about latency and all that. I ain't playing it. But with a game, you're playing it, so it's a completely different thing. And I know that you're not saying that completely, but the latency with playing is very different from a movie. Like you can't tell, even in a movie, you can't tell if there is latency. You can't tell. Yeah, you can tell if there's buffering, but you can't tell if there is latency. There probably is latency with the movie, but you're not playing it, so you can't tell. Is it streaming to your TV as fast as possible with zero delay? I mean, maybe. I think you might check that, but you don't know because you can't play it, But there's definitely been times when I stream like Netflix and it doesn't start up exactly when I press the button. It takes a little bit of time to load. Like there's some things, that doesn't seem as fast as it is, because it's streaming. It uses the internet. So the thing about movies is that you don't even know. I mean, unless there was a buffering symbol, or whatever the case is. But there's definitely latency on movies, but you don't play them, so you can't feel it. With the game, you can feel the latency. You can see it and you can feel it, You also can't tell if there's latency playing your average JRPG, which is what I do mostly. I mean, yeah, if it's a turn-based RPG, you might be able to tell a little bit, but it's not going to be as bad, All right, take it easy, JC. Thanks for coming out to the stream, fam. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Shout outs. Appreciate it. Also, we've got Red Dead Redemption 2. So yeah. I'm drop the $50, DBZ Nation. There are a lot of people complaining about Nintendo Switch 2 is because they're making money complaining about it. That's why. In terms of YouTubers, they're making a bunch of money. That's why there's a lot of people buying the Switch 2 as well. There's a lot of people saying that it's great as well. Go on the reviews on Amazon. Go on the reviews on Best Buy. Go on the reviews on anywhere. Talk to the people here. Talk to the people that actually have it. But drop the $50 and we'll do it. But I'm going to need you to drop the $50 right now. You know what I'm saying? Respectful debate. I'm doing it. Saturday, drop the 50. You can pick whatever topics you want, DBZ Nation. Like I said, I'll give you 30 minutes. I'll give you 30 minutes to debate whatever you want to debate. So you can pick all the topics. You can pick all of them. And we can debate anything that you want. Just drop the 50 right now, though, and I got you. So drop the 50. People act like you have to endlessly mess around with settings on the PC. You don't. Most games don't have auto settings. Just play. Yes and no. Yes and no. Sometimes you gotta tinker with it. I used to do PC, man. Yes and no. Yes and no. Sometimes those auto settings aren't great. Okay, so we agree to this Saturday. Only if you drop the 50. If you drop the 50 ahead of time, like right now, then yeah, we can debate on Saturday. What time? But you got to drop the 50. Thank you, Paul Gale. I appreciate that. On StreamYard, I'm going to be streaming too myself. So you give me the link. You set it up. You give me the link and we can debate. Feel free. But like I said, drop the 50. You got 30 minutes. And then remember, you're going to have to drop another 50 after we're done. Or like on that day. So I'm going to need 50. I'm going to need 50 right now. And then I'm going to need another 50 right before. And I'll give you 30 minutes of my time. Nintendo hate gets views. Been that way for years. Yes, it's been that way for a very long time. For decades. On Switch 2, and it's amazing. No lie, I'm very happy with it. Almost all Switch 1 games play even better without upgrade patch, and Switch 2 editions are 10 times better, especially Zelda Tears of the... I think Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, yes. Well, yeah, you'll get better experience if you carefully dial the settings, but console gaming, you typically don't have a choice, although it seems to be changing too. Well, yeah, console gaming, I honestly don't want the choice. What I want is just normal. Just give me 60 FPS, give me a good resolution. I don't want to tinker and say, I want 240, this. I don't need that. What I need is just give me a couple settings. Give me a quality mode, give me a performance mode, and that's that. That's all I need. I don't need much more than that. Honestly, that's just what I need. So I don't need a bunch of different choices that murky up what I'm trying to do. I don't need that. I honestly just make the game run good. Like, just make the game run good from the beginning. Now, once again, I'm not against people that want all sorts of super choices to do that, but then once again, it becomes more of just tinkering with things than it does just playing the game. And to me, I've tinkered with things and I've not tinkered with things, and I get much more enjoyment when the game just runs and looks good and I don't have to tinker with anything. Let me give you an example. BioShock Infinite, like, I tinkered with that on the PC and it plays great, but if you can just play the PS5 version backwards compatible or whatever, that one just runs great, it looks great, and it's fine, you know, and it plays fine. So yeah. What's up, Che Jackson? Shoutouts, man. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you. And DBZ Nation, the link there is at the top, my man. It's at the top of the chat, so you go ahead and hit that up. So you're gonna have to do that though. I mean, it's already Tuesday, or it's today Monday. It's Monday, so I'm gonna need that today, or I'm gonna need it tomorrow. Like, we're not gonna do it where you do it like right before. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. DBZ is hilarious. Oh yeah, he's a funny guy. He just wants to debate console war stuff, so I don't mind debating console war stuff, because trust me, a lot of stuff that he says is going to be stupid. Like, so the funny thing is that this guy doesn't know, or at least he thinks that, like I said, he thinks PlayStation is his messiah. So he thinks, once again, he's just trying to get clout to his channel, and that's fine. If you pay me, it's like a sponsored thing. If you pay me, I have no problem talking with you. Yeah, he's just gonna debate console war stuff, so I don't mind going there and having a little bit of fun debating console war stuff. I mean, I have a PS5, so yeah. I have a PS5 Pro, by the way, and I have the disc drive with it, by the way. So that cost me like $800, by the way. If I didn't like other stuff, or I didn't think other stuff was good, I wouldn't spend $800, by the way. You know, but people come on here and they're so angry at Nintendo. They're so angry and they think that what they like is so much better. They can't stand that somebody comes here and talks about Nintendo more than their precious box. Like, they can't stand it. Trust me, he wouldn't be asking to debate me if I was sitting here and saying that PlayStation is the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. He wouldn't be doing that. So yeah. Listen, I need $50 PM PT time, and then we can talk about the rest of the stuff, okay? So drop the 50 first. That's what I need. I need you to drop that first, DBZ Nation. Then we can do the time and we can do all that afterwards. So 8, and what the hell? 8 a.m. Central? That's 6 a.m. my time. Why are we debating at 6 a.m.? What the hell? Why am I debating at 6 a.m. on a Saturday? I am not waking up by 5 a.m. and getting ready or by 5 to debate you. So pick a time that's not in the butt early of the morning for me. Jesus Christ, 6 a.m.? I am not debating at 6 a.m. Oh my gosh. So it's all good though, man. It's all, we just banned this dude right here. DBZ trolling. Yo, shoutouts. That's Nintendo Direct hour. Yeah, I'll wake up for Nintendo Direct because that's worth me waking up. But I'm not waking up that early. You guys can debate on the Spawncast. John would not allow this guy to come on his stream and debate. I can tell you that right now. John would not allow that. Not allow that at all. $7 p.m. Central Time? 7 p.m. Central Time? How did you go from... Dude, 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so that is going to be 5 my time? Yeah, that works. Okay, Saturday? Saturday? Okay, yeah, that's right before the Spawncast. 7 p.m. Central Time. So that's 5 p.m. my time. So that's right before, so that's 5. So I can start my stream by like 4. And then we can do the debate. I can do the debate for 30 minutes before I get to the Spawncast. Okay. All right, now drop the 50 at this point. I'm gonna need you to drop it within the next 10 minutes. No, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes now that you've took enough of my time here. So I'm gonna need you to drop it in the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna need the deposit. Let's see here. Drop and give me 50. Oh my gosh, dude! Not gonna lie, I thought Angry Giant Gamer was gonna pop in on that last debate. I think he did end up going in there at some point, and that's good for him. That's prime time. Better up the bet to 100. It is 100. It's 50 now, and it's 50 when we do the show. So I won't go into the debate unless he drops unless he does the 50 now and then 50 later. So I don't mind taking a little deposit and then waiting. Once again, if he doesn't drop the 50 later there, I would simply just won't take the stream links or the StreamYard link. So yeah. Or I mean, if he wants to pay me in full right now, he can too. I'll take the payment in full too, so he knows for sure. And then we know for sure he's for real. So yeah. Pal Farm is announced. What is Pal Farm? Stand on business, man. Stand on business. I gotta find out is that like a Pal World like spinoff or something? Power World spinoff? Oh man, Nintendo gonna sue them too. It's gonna sue Pal Farm and Power World. You're gonna get. I didn't see anything about that on Twitter, or I didn't see anything about that at all. Pal Farm? Pal Farm? What? I don't see anything about it. Pal Farm? Yeah, I don't know where's the news article on it? Like where was it announced at? Gamatsu? Oh, okay. You just posted a link. It's on Gamatsu? Alright, I'll just check Gamatsu. Oh, okay, there we go. Just posted a link. Alright, let's see. Cozy farming life simulation Pal Farm game, Pal World, Cozy Farm life simulation game, Pal World, Pal Farm announced for PC. Oh, there you go. Oh man, let me see. I'm gonna take a look at this game. Yeah, it's just the asset flip. It's just the same thing. It's the same models, the same everything, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just the same thing, same everything, but just the same. But now farming. Yeah, you're like fishing and stuff like that. Yeah. Wait, hold up. You got a chainsaw. Okay, well, never mind. You got a chainsaw just to help out. Help out with the farm. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, check out Pal Farm. Yeah, I will not be playing. Yeah, you got me, dude. They got me on Xbox and they got me on PC. I spent $60 on that all total. Yeah, I am not spending another dime. But no, for those who, I bet it's probably gonna be pretty good for those that are looking forward to, like, if you like Pal World, you might like this. If you like the designs of the characters and all that, then then it's all good. So yeah, dude, I was addicted to Pal World. So it was like when it hit me that achievements are useless. That's the same thing that happened to me with Pal World. The same exact thing that happened to me with Pal World is that I realized that it's useless. Like, I just do the same thing over and over and over and over. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Angry Joe called Microsoft greedy. Everybody's greedy. Once again, it's just it's everybody's greedy. But he never mentioned tariffs. Let's see here. Why not just put it in Pal World 1.0? No, because it's a different game. Even though it looks exactly like it, it's a different game. So no, you will not just put it in Pal World 1.0. You will not. You will listen to what I'm saying, and you will like it. You will listen and you will like it. All right, fam. So yeah. Some people use the term greedy way too loosely. Some people do. But yes, Microsoft is greedy. Yes. Microsoft is greedy. Sony's greedy. Nintendo's greedy. They're all greedy. All of them are greedy. Yes. That is not saying anything new. They've always been greedy. So yeah. OJ, have you played Silent Hill F yet? What do you think? Didn't Silent Hill F just come out, or isn't it not coming out until... When's the release date for that game? But no, I haven't played it. Do you think Nintendo could benefit from reintroducing Nintendo Selects with the Switch 1 catalog? I mean, maybe, but not really, but maybe. It's tonight if you get the deluxe edition. It's tonight if you get the deluxe edition. Okay. Yeah, I don't have the game, so yeah, I didn't get a review copy or anything like that from Konami. So yeah, I haven't played it. I have seen some, like, a little bit of media, and I have seen, like, the reviews are coming out, so I've seen a little bit of that. Seems like it's a good game though. Seems like it's a solid game. So yeah. I work for a corporate grocery store and they are cutting hours left and right because they are so greedy. There you go. Every mega corporation, every company is greedy. And I remember, man, back when I used to work for a gym, the craziest thing when I used to work for a gym, man, I used to work for this gym, and bro, I remember I got, like, to try to just help a customer. I was there for like 10 minutes of overtime and they freaked out. Man, I almost got written up because of that. And I was with the customer. I couldn't go. Like, I had to literally help the customer. So, yeah. So I know how that is, man. I know how that, and they would get really salty. At a different gym that I worked at, man, they would say, you only get 2 hours of paid time to be in the gym and to be trying to get personal training. Like, if you don't got any, personal training sessions, don't come here. Don't clock in. You get 2 hours to try to get new personal training sessions. If you're here longer than that, clock out. If you don't got no other personal training sessions, clock out. You get 2 hours, maybe 3 if you've done good for the month. But you can't stay there more than 2 or 3. So if you ain't bringing in, that $60 or $70 that they would charge you for personal training per the hour, or that 40 or 50 they charge you per the 30 minutes, they ain't gonna pay you that $8 minimum wage, or what was it back then, $7. They ain't gonna pay you that $7, for that hour that you were there. So, man, I've been there. I've been there, fam. I've been there. We're greed. Why can't we work for free? I'm not. I'm just saying. They call it stealing. Yeah, they call it steal. Exactly. Stealing the company time. Exactly. Stealing the company time, bro. Man, they used to flip out too. I think I did get written up one time for staying too long, like for actually staying too many hours. When I worked at the gyms. So yeah, I worked at like every gym. So I'm good. It's exactly what they call it. Konami needs to revive Castlevania. There's been a Castlevania that's been in the works for a long time now. I don't know when they're going to announce it, but it's definitely going to happen at some point. So we'll see. We'll see when, but yeah, it's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. The biggest complaint about Silent Hill F is the combat, but they say the story's really great. Yeah. Ever work at Planet Fitness? I didn't work at Planet Fitness. No. I didn't work there. That gym was a little bit too new. I mean, the gyms that this was like 20 years, or no, not 20 years. This was like more than a decade plus ago. So Planet Fitness was like, I think it was around, but it wasn't really like in like everywhere. Yeah, not Valve. Valve's not greedy. Everybody else is though. I mean, never mind their billionaire owner, but yeah, they're not greedy. So yeah. Yeah, all the jobs where I could do the thing with the small crew, landscaping, roofing were awesome versus corporate setting. Yeah. From what I've seen, the combat is good. It's different traditional Silent Hill, so people are whining. I don't think Silent Hill combat was ever that great, to be honest, from what I've seen. Carlos says, bro, I worked at 99. They got mad when we couldn't leave at 11, but they also said don't close the doors at 10 exactly. So it was always a rush. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. What's the best gym I ever been to? Oh man, I'm not really sure. Best gym I ever been to. Snap. I mean, I know that like In Shape has like been trash at times, like when it comes to customer stuff, but In Shape has some pretty nice gyms. Combat in Silent Hill 2 remake was kind of bad. That's what I'm saying. Like combat's never really been great, you know, in my opinion, at least. The Silent Hill games never really been that great from what I've seen and from what I played. So I didn't really worry. I'm not really too worried about if they think combat's not good or, you know, whatever. So yeah. If you guys got questions, comments, thoughts, whatever the case is, feel free to tag me at PlayerS. It's hashtag PlayerSupport by itself. Make sure you hit that like button too. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming. Appreciate you guys coming through to tonight's stream though, man. I really do. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Ever watched the movie Waiting? Don't Be the Last Customer. I have not watched the movie Waiting. I haven't. What's that about? Everyone complained about corporate jobs, but for the 30 plus years of working, mom and pop shops played me the dirtiest. Oh, man, people can be people no matter where you are. You know, whether it's a mom and pop, a pop and mom. You know, pop and drop. You know, pop and lock. Corporate, snorporate. You know what I'm saying? Like semi-corporate. Like, man, people are people. Anybody can do you dirty at any moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that people don't realize, is that at any point anybody can do you dirty. At any point. So it's like, I've never trusted. I've worked at small gyms. I've worked at big gyms. I've worked at Just Right. I've worked at everything. Just Right gyms. I've worked at everything, and like, it's never worked out for me. There's always been some type of thing. I remember one time, like when I worked at one gym, man, it was so funny. Like, they thought that I was training somebody on the side or whatever the case was, and whether I was or not, that's irrelevant to whatever it was. The funniest thing was that when they found out, or like they saw, or I went to a different gym, they thought that I was just hanging out with the homie. And we were just training. They were asking me a few tips. I wasn't training them, but they have this thing with that. But anyway, regardless, they're like, "Oh, we caught you doing that," and then like, "We're gonna talk to you. Like, we're gonna suspend you," you know. And I was like, "Oh, well, I quit. I quit. I cut them off." So I quit first. And it was so funny because my manager was trying to get me to come talk to the lady that was gonna formally, you know, say like, "You're formally suspended." And I heard him talking. He's like, "Oh, well, he quit." Justin with the 3. Thank you for the. Oh, sorry, Justin with the $1 dono. Thank you for the $1 dono. So I was like, "Nah, I quit. Y'all ain't gonna fire me because I quit first." You know. I quit first. So yeah, so I think that was like my last straw with gyms, man, because I had already been through a couple other gyms, so I was like, man, I'm good. I don't think I'm ever gonna work at a gym again, you know. So yeah. So that's just, thank you for the $1 dono, man. Also, high speed mode needs to be in more RPGs. Yes, I mean there are RPGs that have it, like Bravely Default and stuff, but yeah, definitely need to be in more of them. Let's see here. Fishing, Star Worlds. Tour hits. Excuse me. Alright, here we go. Thank you for the support, Justin. I appreciate that. I like my corporate job, different strokes. Yeah, that's what I'm. No, all corporate jobs aren't bad. Like, there's a lot of good jobs. Like, there's a bunch of really good jobs in this world, man. Like, so it's not. I'm not trying to demonize corporate job. Like, I'm really not. Like, there's a lot of, like, there's nothing wrong with working a corporate job. There's nothing wrong with working mom and pop job. There's nothing wrong with work. If you're working, that's all that matters, that you're working. I don't care if you're working at fast food. You know, we need everybody in this piece, you know? So, so yeah. So we kind of need everybody here. Oh, I love my job, but my corporate is greedy. Is for real though. Yeah. Half of the reason why the thing about it's like a double-edged sword. Half of the reason why you got a job is because they're greedy. They're able to hire so many people. They're able to hire so many people because they're greedy, because they can make a lot of money overhead, right? So it's like I said, it's the capitalists. It's like, yeah, they're greedy. They're greedy so they can hire people, but then it's also greedy because they can mess you up or like screw you over. So like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Like a lot of it's double-edged sword. You just got to deal with the negativity, you know, to get the positivity, which is, you know, making whatever you make, you know, working, having a job, so you can, you know, pay for things. So yeah. House Trails in the Sky going. It's going good, man. I like it. Still have 2 labor lawsuits here in Florida from mom and pop shops. I'll stick to my union corporate HVAC job. Great benefits. Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. 2 lawsuits. 2 labor lawsuits pending. Oh, I hope you get those situated and figured out. Exactly. Job is a job. Bills need to be paid. I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that one. You know, like, and for me, you know, obviously I worked a lot. I've worked corporate jobs. I've worked all sorts of stuff. And that's kind of how my mindset was. Like, the job that I had a really good job that I kind of messed up myself. But I had a really good job, you know, doing, you know, health coaching and all that. And, you know, by today's standards, it wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough for me at the time. And I liked it, you know, and I liked it. And yeah, there was a lot of BS and stuff that I didn't like. But man, I stayed there as long as I could till they, you know, let me go. But man, yeah, I would have just, even like, there was a lot of times I didn't like the job. It was boring and stuff that I didn't like, but I was going to stay there as long as I could. Like, if I didn't get fired from that job, bro, we wouldn't have player assist the way that we have player assist right now. Like, I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, because I would have just been I would have just stayed at that job for as long as I could, because it was good enough, and it was paid enough, and I can pay everything. And maybe if I could maybe get a new job that, you know, paid more, or that I move up, yeah, I would have looked for those opportunities. But chances are those opportunities don't come around a lot, you know. But yeah, I definitely would have tried to move up for sure. But I would have stayed there, you know. And obviously, if you stay somewhere, like, you're not gonna, like, if you stay somewhere at one place, it's gonna knock you off of where something happened, right? So if I had that job through the Switch 1 era, I wouldn't have went as hard on the Switch 1. I would have just been like, all right, whatever, I'll just do videos whenever I feel like it, you know. I wouldn't have actually built what I built with this channel. It wasn't until the Switch 1 where I got let go from a different job that I had after that previous job, that health coaching job, where I just said, man, let's just try this content creator thing. Let's just try it. Let's just see what we can do. And like, if it sucks or whatever, if I can't, you know, afford, you know, I can just do whatever, right? I'll go back to school. That's what I said. I'll go back to school. I'll just, you know, sell my house. You know, I'll just, you know, we'll have to, you know, maybe live with my mom, and I'll just go back to school. I'll go back to school. I'll get my physical therapy license. You know, I'll just go to, you know, I'll just go to the college that we have here. I'll just get my physical therapy license, and I'll just open up a practice, or I'll just work at somewhere else. You know, work at a physical, like, be like an assistant, right? And that makes great money. That one's good. So that's what I was gonna do, and it only take me 2 years because I already have my kinesiology degree. So it would just take me 2 years. Just go there, knock out 2 years, come out, and I can just work physical therapy, right? So if the Switch 2 thing didn't work out for me, that's what I would have done. Or sorry, Switch 1 thing didn't work out for me. That's what I would have done. I would have just, like I said, sold my house, probably went back to school, or probably just take like a night shift. Take like a night shift somewhere. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even have to sell my house. I probably would have just took like a night shift somewhere. That was enough. Because back then, like, you know, I got a house at like a good rate and all that. It wasn't super expensive. So I could have probably just took a night shift. Could have just worked part-time, go to school during the day, you know, in the morning, take a night shift, and then just do that. And I would have been just fine, you know? So yeah. I work the health and fitness industry, but I work privately for myself. I'm a nutritionist and fitness consultant. Nice. That's good stuff, man. Let's see here. You don't work, you don't eat. That's the way I live by. There you go. No qualifications, no degrees, from one of the most deprived areas of my country. So I have to work double hard to build myself up. Yeah. Gotta work. But I mean, I think in today's day, you're more set up to do that more than ever with the internet and AI. Both of those things can really help you out. Not saying that you didn't do it on your own merit, but that stuff also helps in today's day. So yeah. I live in SF Bay Area, make you six figures feels like low income area. Yeah, it does. Because everything is so expensive, because of the food, because of the housing, because of everything else is so expensive. So yeah, even if you make six figures, it still doesn't feel like enough at times. Kind of want to start a podcast, not for fame or money, just to talk about subjects I like to with good people. Want to do the same, but not sure how to get things started. Looking into it. Yeah, starting a podcast, really, all you need is just pick like what platform you're gonna go on, right? You're gonna go on YouTube, you're gonna go on whatever. Write down a couple ideas, write it out. Just think of all of that first. If you just write everything down, like, hey, what's the name of the podcast? Start with that. What's the name? What are the topics? What time is it gonna be? What's all that? Is it gonna be like on podcasts like Spotify and all that? Like, are you gonna do all that? Once you get all that written down, then it becomes a lot easier. So just structure it first. Just write it all down. And then once you write it down, then you can go from there. Yeah, my bestie in the Bay Area makes like nearly 200K as a nurse, and even he said he feels like it's not enough. Yeah, because the government takes a lot of that. So then also everything's so expensive. Power World just did a farming sim, just like the new Pokemon game. I don't think that they copied them. I think that obviously both games were in development for a while now at this point, right? So then they're gonna double sue them. They're gonna sue Pokopia as well. Oh my gosh, they're gonna sue Pokopia. Then it's really gonna be they're really gonna be in trouble. They're really gonna be in trouble at that point, man. They're really gonna be in trouble. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna start Nintendo podcast on OF. LOL chick. Oh man, dude, that'd be wild. You'd be like the only person doing that on there. That might actually blow up. It's a good idea. Let's see here. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but podcast or YouTube, your personality matters more than the content. I could listen to 1,000 different game podcasts, but I'm here because OJ is interesting. I think that's definitely true. Like, it's about the person. Yes, the content is important, but the person and how like they say it is also very important as well. Enough people don't find me super interesting though. Like there's been plenty of people that have been exposed to my content, but they don't think I'm as interesting as others. But others do, right? But you know, it is a lot of it is based off of that. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I gotta find the gap in the market, man. Live 30 minutes from Seattle. My house literally doubled in the last 6 years. It's crazy. I could afford to buy my house again today. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's crazy. I know. I just picked up my house, you know, last year, or like no, the very end of 2023, and that it's already went up in about like 20 to 30%, and that's not even factoring all the remodeling that I did, you know, compared to the price that I bought it at. But yeah, I bought a house in 2014? Was it 2014? Or no, I bought a house in 2016? I think I bought a house in 2015, and then I moved in, early 2016, but I bought a house in 2015. And yeah, that house, like what I bought it for compared to what I sold it for, yeah, a lot more. So, so it was crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen it, man. It's wild. Listen, I think it's a bit sus that it happens both to be farming games. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything sus about that. People make farming games all the time, you know. So yeah, people make farming games all the time. Okay, the music's gonna go out just for a little bit, guys. So yeah, people make it all the time. People make that type of stuff all the time. So for me, I don't think so, you know. But yeah. But I feel you though. I feel you on that one. I think the music should be good. Yeah, different places, Cammy. Different places have different, you know, different cost of living. So, if you live in New York, obviously, it's still good to make that much, but it's not gonna get you as much as if you lived in like Alabama, or if you lived in like North Dakota, you know, or if you lived in like Montana. So. I got the name. It's about the main subject, but lots of different things to talk about relating to the subject. At first, I want to play live on Spotify, then post it afterwards on YouTube. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, let me know when you actually what you actually do. I mean, and if you need any help or if you need any you know, tips, I can help you out. I did a little podcast with a classmate in college, and we had a good little following, our classmates, because they know us in person. It's fun. Can't imagine blowing up. What podcast is that, Squirrel? Do you wanna plug that one for people to be able to see it if they're interested? What podcast is that? I actually wanna watch it. I wanna listen to it. If it's trash or if it's not good, I won't say anything. Oh man. But my podcast, my streams are trash too, so I don't think they're that good either. Although I got some plans. I got some plans to make this stream better. I got some plans to make this stream a lot better. So I'm going to be enacting a lot of those plans very, very soon. I'm going to be enacting a lot of those plans. So yeah. Just don't play Smurf Kart and you'll be successful. Okay, there you go. No, it was at school in 2019, but thanks for trying to help me blow up. Oh, okay, it's all good. It's all good. 2019 in school. Okay. I've been around since the Young Buck OJ days. He's probably one or maybe four people I listen to till this day. Yeah, the amount of people that you listen to will go down and down as you get older and you want to cut through the BS. And I appreciate SK Massive being around for so long. But yeah, I used to listen to so many people. I used to watch so many different videos. But now at this point, I'm like, dude, a lot of these people suck. Like, and I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, a lot of this stuff is trash. A lot of this stuff is clickbait garbage. a lot of this stuff is not about the games. A lot of this stuff is superficial, about getting angry about things. You got millionaires getting angry about game prices and trying to act like one of us. Like, a lot of it is so fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so fake. Bro, I was broke as hell and I didn't care about prices. Like, bro, I was broke. And I wasn't like, about everything with prices, bro. Like, there was a time when I was doing content creation, bro. I had like $20 in my account. So it's like, you got millionaires and multi-100,000aires and people that are sitting there trying to act like they're all upset. No, they're not. They don't care. Especially when they start pulling out AKs and rifles and guns that they're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on. Bro, stop the cap. A lot of it's just cap, bro. A lot of it's just complete clickbait to make more money on YouTube. So, Justin with the dollar dono. I feel like trolling a little bit, but I can get item bounce from Airpride. I feel like trolling a little bit, but can I get item bounce? Yes, you can get item bounce. I got you, man. Item bounce. Kirby. Yeah, I mean, yeah, DJ King, man. But you like them free to play games because you don't got to worry about paying nothing. Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Batson? I'm doing good this Monday, man. How are you? I missed your podcast with Baron and Destiny and was hilarious. Oh my god, Baron would be on his best behavior with Destiny around. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was great. Maybe I'll talk to Destiny. I'll see what she's up to. Maybe she can join me one of these days again. She's cool. Destiny's like the coolest chick. I need to ask her about the Virtual Boy. I bet she's pretty happy about the Virtual Boy. No job over a decade is crazy. DJ King, man, he just my man's straight big chillin'. It reminds me of that song. So I got free 6,000 care package from being part of a car accident 5 years ago. So that'll help. Oh yeah. Yo, DJ King, I ain't hating, bro. I feel you, fam. But I'm just gonna make up one small little joke. It ain't that big of a deal. DJ King, your favorite song is that one? What was it from what was it? Is it Birdman? Gator boots with the 5th out Gucci suit. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly. Got everything in my mama name, but I'm hood rich. Na. Gotta go to take a guess in my new chick class. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly. Big timers, yeah. There you go, big timers. That's the DJ King anthem right there, fam. I was just listening to that song the other day. I was running, and I was just listening to like a random old school hip hop, soundtrack, and like it had all these old songs that I just had forgot about, and that song came up, and I was like, oh, I remember this song. This song was so popular, like. Oh my god, this had to have been like, well, when was that song? 2000? When was that song? The big... I forgot when that song was, man. But yeah, that was like 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago now at this point. But yeah. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly. Oh, I love that song. 03? Was that 03? Okay, yeah. 22 years ago? Early 2000s? That's a great song though. That great song. I listened to that song. I listened to what's that one song? Man, it was dude, I used to think like back in the day, man. Imagine, bro. I used to think, what was this song? I don't want to get a copyright, but I'm gonna show you guys real quick. You know, we don't got that much time left. Let's see here. It was from Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson, and it was called "What's It Gonna Be?" and the graphics and like the choreograph, I was like, whoa, this song is so cool. I can't wait till the future of rap and the future of content creation. And honestly, it's worse. It's worse than this song. It's worse. It's worse. Like, I was seeing everything, like literally, like the rap videos in today's day are trash. It's just like, hey, yeah, man, I've been tripping. Yeah, I've been fretting. Yeah, I've been smoking. I've been drinking. Like, it's just so, the videos are nowhere near as cool as they used to be. You know, like nowhere near as cool as they used to be. The videos are just them just going like that. And like a club or in like outside or something. I got all my homies. Like every single video is like the same thing almost. But man, I like I said, I can't show it because it's gonna hit me with the copyright. But maybe I can play a little bit of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But once again, this was little OJ 30 years ago. Watching this video, remember, I think this is like in 1999. When was What's It Gonna Be? Like 1998? I don't know when that video was. But yeah, man, that video was crazy. I want to go to like this last part right here. Like I said, I want to cut it up so I don't get a copyright. But man, I remember watching this video all those years ago and thinking this was gonna be like the future of like music and content creation. Hold on, let me go to my one of my favorite parts. I think like Busta Rhymes turns into like a freakazoid or something. Like right here. Here we go. Here we go. See, like, look at how cool it looks, you know? Look at, back then, this was legit back then. I know it doesn't look great now, but this was mind-blowing. It was like the secret world of Alex Mack. It was like 3D graphics. And then like he transforms and like he's like, look at this, look at all this stuff, man. Like, look at all this. This was so cool. Like, this is what I thought entertainment was gonna be. Like music videos. Like, look at this. Like, this is so cool. It's like choreographed, the music. It's so good. Like, oh my god. Look at how cool that part was. There is nothing in today's day of rappers or content creators that even come close, in my opinion, to as a music video that was choreographed and as good as this. Same thing like with Michael Jackson back in the day and all that. Like, today's stuff is just not great, man. I don't know, bro. It's so now it's all AI videos and all sorts of stuff. I'm definitely gonna Busta Rhymes is gonna be like rapping a copyright. Like I'm gonna give you copyright. Like he's gonna give me a copyright. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely gonna get a copyright from Busta Rhymes. But yeah, for those, Busta Rhymes is like one of my favorite rappers of all time. Like he's goated. But his music videos were so good. They were so good. I love some of the other, like they were funny too. Like this one, and then it was like the one that he did, what was it? Like Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, where it's like African themed, and like, you know, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so good, man. Like it's such a good music video. So it's like, man, today's day, man, you just don't see anything like this anymore. It's crazy. Now I'm really old man yelling at the cloud. Bro. They don't do this anymore. That whole part, like where he transforms and he's all silver, and like it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how good the choreography was. It was crazy how awesome it was. So I was thinking, you know, 30 years ago, I was thinking, wow, we're getting this right now, right? And like, remember, the internet is not old. Music videos aren't super old, you know. They're old, but they're not super old, you know. Justin with the dollar says there was liquid metal fad going on in the late 90s, early 2000s. You notice that? There was, but his was super creative because his was like, he was like wearing like the metal, right? But then he transforms into like a marching band. So then he transforms into a marching band, but then after transforming into a marching, like I said, he turns into like Freakazoid. Like, you know, like when Freakazoid goes to like the internet, like he turns into Freakazoid in between that. And then he turns into like, you know, like, and then he does into like the whole like ending part, right? With the whole outfit. But yes, you're right about that. You're right about that. But even like when he turns like the little, like when he goes into the cloud or whatever, he goes into the sky and the little droplets drop down of all of him like rapping, like that type of stuff is like super creative, right? Like, yes, there was a liquid metal fad that was going around, but this was by far the best use from a rapper of liquid metal. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's like Secret World of Alex Mack. That was also like a liquid metal type of thing too. But yeah, man, it was great. But even if you look at some of his other videos, like Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, like where he's like rapping and he's got like an elephant behind him. He's like running like with the elephant, and he's like and like the girls that are dancing like in kind of like a stop motion dancing or like sped up and then like slowed down, and then like the ending part where they have like all like the different like paint and like African tribal things, and they're all kind of like dancing like kind of like wild at first, but then they start doing choreographed dancing. Like it's like there's like layers to this thing back then that were like artists actually put a ton of time into thinking about their music videos, thinking about their content. But now what do we have today? We just have lazy slop AI content, bro. Like we just have lazy, this all ties back. This is how my rant first started. This all ties back to the lazy ass slop YouTube where people just, there's like no effort whatsoever, you know, like zero effort to put together stuff, man. It all ties back to that. Like just like people just like being like, and it goes like the rappers too, today's rappers, like none of them even like the songs that I like I like what's his face, gosh, what's that guy, Chance the Rapper, right? Like, oh, you don't got no problem with me. What is that music video? It's just him saying in like a different areas, like, you ain't got no problem, you ain't got no problem with me, and then like in a car, you ain't got no problem, 2 Chainz. It's just they're in a car. There's like no creativity. It's cool. And once again, that video was like 10 years ago, so it's like, but it's like there's like no creativity whatsoever at all, like with a lot of stuff, you know, like so much stuff, but there's like no creativity. So yeah, man. Oh my gosh, Dangerous, great video. What's that one where he goes like, yeah, flip mode's the greatest. See, when I was a kid, that video is hilarious. You know, that music video is so funny. It is so funny, man. It is like the funniest video, one of the funniest music videos you'll ever watch, because Busta Rhymes is trying to explain how he got crazy, and how he got crazy was because he hit his head when he was a kid. So he's like, what are you gonna do? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna switch it on him. So he's like, obviously that's not what happened. He was just talented and gifted, but he was just joking around. And that's the problem. Too many time rappers say they don't even like to have fun no more. They don't even like to have fun no more. Everyone's so serious, you know? And like Busta Rhymes was never seen as like a, oh my gosh, super serious rapper. He was respected, and obviously he's one of the GOATs, but he always had fun. He always was joking around. Like in his videos, there was an air of like, air of just like playfulness to it. Today it's like a lot of rappers, man, they so serious, bro. Like it's crazy. So yeah, man. People don't use AI to its full potential. Think about the awesome music videos we could got. Well, they're gonna start using AI more to its potential. I think that's gonna start being a thing. You know, it's gonna start being a thing for sure. So yeah. Let's see here. I love simple videos like Still Dre. I think the beauty of Busta Rhymes videos is that you didn't think that they were complex at the time that you were watching them. That was the minimum amount of effort required to really get somebody to like the video in terms of the music and everything. That was the minimum amount, right? Like we had seen other, like once again, those videos were not even near the level of Michael Jackson's biggest videos when it comes to popularity. So like Michael Jackson in the 80s was making videos that have better scenes, better everything than videos a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades plus later. Like Thriller to this day is still like one of the best videos, like pieces of media in terms of telling a story, going through, I don't even know what's going on, but it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like now all we have, yeah, the only thing that people will take from Thriller is the ending part, is Nintendo trolls. I gotta make this a new thing with Nintendo trolls, bro. only thing that this is the only thing overall, okay? The only thing that trolls have taken from the goatness of like the only hold on, let me show you guys, bro. I gotta show you guys. Just this part right here. The only thing that trolls have taken from Michael Jackson is this part right here. This is the only thing. And that's it. When they're making all their money off you guys. That's the only thing that they've taken. That's the only thing. They're not anywhere near as good. They don't play it. That's the only thing that they have in common with the content back then. A Jerry curl and did it. That's the only thing. This is the trolls right here. This is the trolls, bro. This is the trolls, bro. This is them. This is the grifters and the trolls right now, bro. This is all they do. This is all they do when they look at their YouTube checks every single month. when they look at their YouTube checks every single month. Trolling, just smiling like, oh, I got you. I got you again this month. I got you again. Especially when you got 20, 30, 40, 20,000 subscribers and you getting videos doing 300K videos. This is definitely what you doing. Right? Just straight up. Justin with another dollar says people only use him eating the popcorn from the videos and give. Yeah, that's about it, bro. But this is the troll right here when they know that they got you. This is you, the sucker. This is you. This is all the people watching the video. That's you. That's you. And this is the troll making all that money off of BS. That's real, or the grifter. That is definitely it. We've seen it. We've seen it already, boys and girls. We've seen it already. Man, I'm gonna have all sorts. I'm gonna have the Michael Jackson estate hitting me up. I'm gonna have Busta Rhymes estate hitting me up. This stream is gonna get me absolutely, massacred. I'm gonna get walloped tonight. Like the what was it, the Wile E. Coyote, like the anvil dropping on the head, or like the mallet where you hit them with the mallet and then they shrink all the way. I'm definitely gonna get like cartoon Looney Tuned tonight. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to cut all this cool stuff out of my stream. So yeah. Anyway, that's what people do these days, bro. That's about the only connection. But all right, guys, we are gonna wrap it up here. I want to say thank you for everyone that came out to the stream. I just saw another song that was great with the great production. Real quick before we go, Beastie Boys Intergalactic. And they're like, and like they're doing like the whole Japanese, Godzilla or like big robot. Dude, that music video is incredible because they're like going through like a biohazard or whatever. Love it. Fantastic video. Fantastic choreographed video of dancing plus having a little bit of fun. Nobody wants to have fun anymore. So yeah, man. So yeah. Busta Rhymes, no, he's alive and well. Busta Rhymes is great. OJ, but why aren't console gamers buying games? They are. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. I've got a new video that went up today, a couple hours before I started this stream. So if you guys want to check out that video, you can check out that video. It is up. It is live. It is ready to go. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Entertaining as ever. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty fun stream today. I'm gonna try to make my streams more fun. We gotta start talking about more fun things. We gotta start having more reactions to things. We gotta start doing more stuff like that. So yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was a fun stream. Thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. Shout out to 131. Big love to Justin. Big love to Super Christian Miro. Big love to Jacob Foxfires, multiple donos as well. Uncario, thank you so much. George FT, Kareem, Ali, let's go, man. Thank you for the multiple donos. Symbol the Rapper, Shaw X, Zoo, Khalid, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys flipping the switch once again. Daniel, you guys are all great and goated. Love you guys so much, man. And I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's stream where we'll find some other thing to complain about and then to have fun as well. So yeah, we'll do that. I gotta introduce. I'm gonna introduce some new things to the stream, some like reaction stuff. But I want to finish up my room. So yeah, my room. My wife, she got some more stuff done for me. So I'm almost done, guys. I just gotta buy some lights, get a couple different things, and I will have a grand finally opening of the OJ lair. You know what I'm saying? Like the OJ's lair. So we'll talk about that too. So that should be fun once that is ready to go. Shout outs to Nick 93. I think Nick 92 must be Nick 93 senior. That's like Nick. Nick 92 was like Nick 93's dad. It was like Nick 91, then Nick 90, then just keep going up the chain. All right, shout outs, guys. Thanks for coming out to the stream. It was just funny because MUFC was like, yo, shout outs to Nick 92 stay blessed. So I was like, they got a Nick 93. I don't know about a Nick 92. But he just messed. Obviously, it was just a joke. Nick 91 was World War. Oh yeah, Nick 91 was definitely World War. I know it was a typo. I'm just messing around with you. I'm just messing around. Nick 91 was World War II. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, love y'all so much. Check out my video if you haven't seen my video. It's a great vid, and yeah, we'll see you guys for the next one. All right, peace out, homies. Love y'all. Bye, Felicia's.